following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening from Baldwin and the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, getting you set tonight for Baldwin and Ottawa. Some rivalry hoops coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. I'm Bryce Kessler, joined as always by Ryan Hilmer, getting set for this doubleheader of hoops. Tonight should be a fun night here in Baldwin with the visiting Ottawa Cyclones. On the girls' side, they come in at 4-2, fresh off of a pair of wins over Lewisburg and Tonganoxie this past week on Thursday and Friday, while Baldwin got their second semester started with a loss at Eudora, hoping to bounce back and use what was a nice fourth quarter for the Baldwin girls in that game. Hopefully spring that into a nice performance tonight against the now ranked Ottawa Cyclones. The girls up to number 9 in the latest KBCA rankings that just came out today. So that's our girls game coming up. And then in the boys game later on tonight, you've got the 6-1 Bulldogs against the 3-3 Cyclones. Baldwin on the boys side will be looking to end a 25-game losing streak to the rival Cyclones. Will tonight be the night? We're hoping for the first time since 2009, the Bulldogs will pick up a victory on the boys' side against Ottawa. So that's all coming up later in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Just getting started. Glad you're with us. Basketball coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Ottawa in town tonight here on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, brought to you by your friends and neighbors down at the Baldwin State Bank. Get personal service from people who care. It's your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business, money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community at Baldwin State Bank. It's Baldwin and Ottawa coming up here in this one tonight as the Cyclones now ranked number 9. The Cyclone girls 4-2. They defeated Lewisburg 47-31 this past Thursday night. The only loss so far this year for Lewisburg. That's who Baldwin will see on Friday night here at home. And then they, on a back-to-back, had Tonganoxie then Friday night, won that one 49-20. So 2 nice wins to start the second semester for Ottawa, who went 2-2 prior to that Christmas break with wins over Chanute and Atchison, losses to Emporia and Paola. But on this current 2-game winning streak, now ranked number 9, and they're feeling good coming into this one tonight on the road against the Baldwin Bulldogs, who are now 4-3 after a 3-0 start. Baldwin has gone just 1-3 over their last 4, with losses to Lewisburg, Spring Hill, and Eudora, all on the road. But they are 3-0 here at home this year, and they're hoping that will continue tonight with this game against Ottawa. They scored just 13 points, Baldwin did, in the first 3 quarters of the game on Friday against Eudora. They had a nice fourth quarter, though, 16 points in that fourth quarter. In the end, it was too little too late on a night that he shot just 28% overall and only got to the free throw line one time. They went 1 of 2 at the free throw line, so that's usually one of the things when you're not shooting the ball well. Maybe you can get to the line and make some easy bucket, get some easy points that way. They didn't do that either. The other thing they didn't have, Ryan, on Friday night, they didn't have Marin Frost, one of their senior leaders in this backcourt as well. They'll get her back tonight, and hopefully that will make a big positive difference tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, we've seen Baldwin so far this year. They've been pretty up and down. They had one of those rough shooting nights that we've seen them have a couple of times here in their last game on the road, and I think you mentioned it, being back at home here, they're 3-0. They seem to shoot a lot better here. They're more comfortable at home, so let's hope that helps out. And like you said, Marin Frost being back, let's hope that she can try to spark this Baldwin offense a little bit and get their shooting numbers back up to where they should be. We know this team has some good shooters on it. And also, I just think Ottawa's a pretty good team. And sometimes up and down team like Baldwin, that's what you need sometimes, is a good team to kind of spark you and have each other come together and start playing better. And so we'll see if they can knock some shots down tonight and start that upward trend.
Baldwin 4-3, Ottawa 4-2. These two teams have played 31 times over the last now 16 seasons, and it's been relatively even here as of late. Baldwin, though, leading the overall series 20-11. They split the last 2 games last year. It was the first Ottawa win, though, since 2015. So they have a little confidence, though, because of that win. They have not won, though, in Baldwin since 2012 for the Ottawa girls. So a long stretch there that Baldwin is hoping continues. We're going to find out how it goes down here tonight in Baldwin. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Look at the matchups when we come back here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Baldwin hosting Ottawa tonight. 2-game week for the Bulldogs. They'll have Lewisburg coming to town on Friday night right here on Baldwin Sports Live. A bit of a scouting report here for the number 9 ranked Ottawa Cyclones, who are 4-2 on the year. An aggressive team. I think that's the first thing that jumps out to me when I watch them. They like to play very active defense. They're going to use a full court trapping press, but even when they're not in their press, they're just very active. And they're, I guess one way to say it is they're not afraid to foul you, meaning they're going to come out and get steals. They're going to pressure you. They're going to try to speed you up. So Baldwin has to be prepared to play at that pace. And usually a team that plays aggressively, is a pretty good rebounding team as well, and that's the case with this Cyclones group as well. So Baldwin have to commit to the glass tonight, and they run the floor well. They would love this game to be a track meet. Baldwin, generally speaking, not afraid to play fast as well, but again, if you're going to be in a fast-paced game, you kind of want to be the pace car of that and not the one chasing that pace. Even if you don't mind playing fast, you still want to be the leader of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's it to me. You mentioned it right there. Baldwin's also a team that they can rev up the pace if they have to, and I think we saw it a little bit in that last game. Once they started to put that full court pressure on there late in the game, things started to turn around a little bit, and they showed some good things there late, even though it was a blowout loss. But, yeah, I think tonight you just got to match the intensity, and to me that's fight aggression with aggression. If they want to foul you a bunch of times and get you to the free throw line, you got to make them pay and knock down your free throws, and you're going to test their depth as well if they get into foul trouble. So we'll see what happens in that. I think rebounding and free throws are going to be two big keys here for Baldwin.
Brooklyn Hadel, who will wear number 21 in red tonight for the Cyclones. Honorable mention All-League guard from last year, a senior. She's the best perimeter player on this Cyclone team. And then Emery Kiba, a 5'10 junior on the inside. She'll wear number 1 for the Cyclones. Two girls to kind of keep your eyes on tonight. Kiba, she kind of controls things inside for him. Hadel on the outside, really good shooter. Also able to drive and score or drive and lay it off to Kiba. So that 1-2 punch we'll keep an eye on there. Of course, for Baldwin, they're hoping that Carly Neufeld back here on her home floor will get that stroke going again. Just 3 of 15 from the field in that game against Eudora. So it was a tough shooting night, but I have a feeling she's going to bounce back nicely in this one and have that little rivalry feel to it against Ottawa back on your home floor. So I expect a nice shooting night from Carly. Get Marin Frost back in there. That adds another scoring threat for the Bulldogs. They're probably going to have to score some tonight. Ottawa averaging right up near 50 points per game. So we'll see. That's a look at the scouting report. Your game plan brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is coming up next here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Time for a quick look at tonight's game plan brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno as we look at what the keys to a Bulldog victory tonight: handle the pace and protect the ball. We talked about it a little bit, but this is an aggressive Cyclone team. Both teams are going to try and turn each other over, so we'll see if the Bulldogs can handle that pace, take care of the ball, and then a commitment to rebounding. Have to be able to do that tonight. 5 players got to get involved on the boards in this one. That's been a bit of an Achilles heel at times for Baldwin this year, but tonight they have to be committed to the glass. That's your game plan brought to you by your State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno. Go stop by and chat with him about your game plan when it comes to protecting the people and things that you value most. Grab a cup of coffee, chat with Cody, and update a current policy, maybe look to switch to something brand new. Go find out with Cody Anno at State Farm Insurance, 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City, or online at codyismyagent.com. Your starting lineups and the opening tip coming up next. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Time for your starting lineups tonight for the Ottawa Cyclones and the Baldwin Bulldogs as we get set for a doubleheader of hoops here tonight on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Your starting lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center in Baldwin. As we look at your starters, Emery Keebaugh, a 5'10 junior, the best post player, but she can play all over the floor for Ottawa. Kennison Walters, number 10. Joanna John is a senior, number 12. Brooklyn Hadel, the 5'8 senior, their best guard, number 21. She was honorable mention all-league last year. And Foster Nichols, a 5'8 junior, rounds out the lineup for Matt Sherman, the head coach of the 4-2 Ottawa Cyclones. For Baldwin, 5'7 senior Carly Neufeld, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs at 12.5 points per game. Emma Kate Lang, 5'7 senior, second of the team in rebounding, averaging 4 boards a night. Alyssa Reichert is the team's leading rebounder, second of the team in scoring, averages 9.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, along with a team high 2.5 assists as well. A 5'10 junior. Chloe Neufeld gets her second start of the year. The 5'3 freshman had 6 points, 2 boards, and 3 assists in her first career start on Friday night against Eudora. And Bailey Smith, the 5'3 junior, rounds out the lineup for the Bulldogs, second of the team this year in assists. Eric Toot is the head coach, assisted by Kara Lee and Chad Scobie. Those are your starters, brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center as you take a look at their upcoming lineup on your screen. Don't miss out on those great events or any of the others that they have at the Lumberyard Arts Center. Live music, arts and crafts, unique experiences, youth and adult classes, and so much more. Learn more at lumberyardartscenter.org. Your creative home in Baldwin City, the Lumberyard Arts Center. So we mentioned Marin Frost is back tonight for the Bulldogs, who did not play, did not suit out on Friday. She is suited up tonight. You saw there, obviously, not in the starting lineup tonight, but we do expect Marin to see the floor. That will be a nice addition back to this lineup for their Bulldogs, their third leading scorer on the year, and another outside threat. But she will not start in this game. Chloe Neufeld gets her second career start and back-to-back starts. It's time now for the opening tip. It's brought to you by Baldwin City Recreation Commission. And don't hesitate, don't wait. Go ahead and get your registration done now. Registration is open for soccer season, K through 8, or the little ones for micro soccer for the 2 to 4-year-olds. Soccer registration underway online at baldwinrec.org, or stop by the office downtown at 705 High Street to make sure you get the little ones registered for soccer. I say little ones, it's up to 8th graders. They wouldn't necessarily classify, I guess, as little ones, but don't wait. You might miss the deadlines, and then nobody wins. Speaking of nobody wins, the tip goes out of bounds. Baldwin will get the opening possession, though, and the Bulldogs, Ryan, as we've talked about, would love to get off to a good start here tonight. Coming off of another loss. They've lost 3 of their last 4 after their 3-0 start. So no better time back on their home floor with their 3-0 to get things started again. And there's that aggressive early defense from Ottawa. And for the Cyclones, it will cost their top scorer, Brooklyn Hadel, an early foul.
Yep, nothing else. The Bulldogs just kind of need to get their confidence back up after a tough shooting night in their last game. See some shots go down early and try to build off of that.
Here's Alyssa Reichert, who has been playing as well as any of the Bulldogs have with the last couple. She has it in the right corner for the Dogs, looking to drive on Keebaugh. Now Neufeld has Smith open in the corner. Good look for Bailey, and the three-pointer is on the mark. So there you go. A night that the Bulldogs shot just 28% on Friday. They knocked down their first field goal attempt to this one, and it's a 3 to boot. Smith picks up Hadel. She'll get that tough assignment on who is probably the best all-around player for Ottawa. John on the block. This is Hadel trying to cut. Good job by Baldwin on that first surge from Ottawa here. Opening minute of this game. 3-0 Baldwin after the Bailey Smith three. Just the second made three of the year for Bailey. Keebaugh has it on the left wing. Now to the corner. John looking for the answer three. Rattles off. And the rebound comes back out to the free throw line where it's picked up by Reichert. That will be a big key tonight as well. Making them one and done trips for Ottawa. Baldwin by three early on. Second possession of the game for the Bulldogs. Reichert coming off back-to-back double-digit scoring nights, but loses the handle here and has it taken away for the Bulldogs' first turnover of the game. John lobs underneath for Keebaugh. Comes back out. John again holding in the right wing. Quick ball moving inside to Walters.
See, at least early on here, Ottawa willing to try and get the best shot they can, kind of working some clock here, taking their time, being patient offensively.
Keebaugh with a skip to John. Inside to the cutting Hadel. And there's the first two of the game for the Cyclones, and it comes from their top scorer, Brooklyn Hadel. One-point Baldwin lead early on. Bulldogs last year split with Ottawa as Neufeld goes off the bounds, went right around the defender, John, and that's hopefully a way to get Carly going after a rough shooting night on Friday. Went 3 of 15 from the field, 1 of 8 from downtown, but gets a very high percentage look for her first attempt of the night and puts the Bulldogs up by 3.
That's what I like to see from Carly, especially early in the games, is attack the basket.
Nichols can't finish after a hard screen, freed her up. Lang clears it for Baldwin. Smith, good job coming to the ball. Now will attack. Out to Neufeld. Fires out of the corner. High arcing three is right on the money from Carly Neufeld. And the Baldwin Bulldogs lead it 8-2. Timeout Ottawa. So the Bulldogs get that fast start they were hoping for tonight. And 2 of the 3 shots they've made come from their top scorer, Carly Neufeld. With 5:05 left in the opening period, it's 8-2 Baldwin here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Online at HaydenOutdoors.com. They're the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. If you're looking to find your next dream property, or maybe you're thinking about listing, then don't hesitate. Go with the best in the business. That's your local Baldwin City brokers, Shad and Penny Sheldon at HaydenOutdoors.com. Send them an email to Shad at HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny at HaydenOutdoors.com. Good start here tonight for Baldwin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think much better than we've seen lately, and that's a big key was Carly getting to the basket early. If she can get back going again, that'd be a nice key for the Dogs. But also, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, Alyssa Reichert's really been stepping up lately on the offensive end, playing really nicely these last couple of games. Be interested to see how she's going to fit in this offensive attack here tonight.
And so far on the missed shot attempts from Ottawa, Ryan, no offensive rebounds either. So that, as we've talked about, committing to the glass in this game, big-time rebounding will be important. And so far, early returns say that they are up to the task tonight. John brings it up for Ottawa. Their only bucket has come from Brooklyn Hadel, and now it's ripped out of the hands of Nichols, taken away by Neufeld. Carly is hacked on the way up, so free throws coming up for the senior guard, Carly Neufeld, who already has 5 points and an assist in this one. She has been a part of all 3 of the made field goals in this game for Baldwin. First foul on Foster Nichols, second team foul against Ottawa. 2 shots here for Neufeld, 77% foul shooter on the year. Baldwin has not lost here at home to Ottawa since 2012. A long way to go in this game tonight, certainly, but they couldn't have asked for a better start. Up 10-2 after the Neufeld free throws. Trying to invite Nichols into some pressure there. Now has it picked up, and throws it away. Another turnover for Ottawa. It's Baldwin right now, kind of putting that same pressure on Ottawa that we expected to see from Ottawa so far tonight. So a 10-2 start for Baldwin.
That was a heck of an effort by Carly Neufeld there, right off the free throw, picking her up full court, forcing her to speed up a little bit.
Tough pass inside from Reichert, but it got to its target, Smith. Now Neufeld throws it through traffic. Somehow Smith comes up with it. Back out to Neufeld. Another open three. Around and out. Keep on with the rebound for Ottawa. Neufeld picking up the guard. Nichols at the midcourt stripe. Hadel out to Walters. And a blocking foul on Smith. First on Baldwin, first on Smith with 3:58 to go in this opening quarter. 10-2 Baldwin lead as we get our first substitution of the game. It'll come for Ottawa. Camden Evans, a junior, checks in. And the inbound pass thrown away. Reichert the steal. She loves to push the pace on the break. Bounce to Neufeld, back to Reichert, and it's off the mark, but Reichert with an offensive rebound will earn a trip to the line and 2 shots. The foul is on Emery Kibaugh, her first, team's third. 3 Ottawa turnovers now, and Baldwin has been able to make the most of them. The lefty Reichert to the line, just 44% this year at the foul stripe. And does not get that one to roll in. Peyton Hiroshita and Molly Ashley check in for Ottawa. And that is short as well. Nichols the board. And Nichols may have rolled an ankle as she lost the ball. Neufeld with an easy steal, and that one rattles off. So all of a sudden, the iron is unkind down this end. That's a couple of shots now, and 2 of them from Neufeld that have done everything but go in, and she'll have to earn them at the line.
Adding a little bit of insult to injury there. Roll your ankle, you get charged for a turnover, and then you get charged for a foul. Almost give up an and one.
Nichols will come out and get looked at on the sideline. Hopefully she's okay as Brooklyn Hadel checks back in. And now Carly Neufeld, it's the second foul, by the way, on Nichols. So Neufeld is at the line, 2 more shots. Went 2 of 2 just a moment ago. And is already up to 8 points in this first quarter. Baldwin's first change of the night. Carly Toot checks in, replacing Emma Kate Lang, 2 to 5'6" senior. Averaged 1.5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Neufeld now 4 out of 4 at the free throw line. Game high 9 points already. Dangerous pass into the front court. Ball is loose, and it just falls right into the lap of Ashley, who was unable to hit it, and then she commits the foul. So that was a pretty fortunate bounce for Ottawa to avoid a turnover and get a great look out of it, but nothing comes of it. Instead, they commit their 5th foul of this first quarter as Marin Frost checks in for the first time tonight. Did not play Friday at Eudora, but is back at the lineup tonight, and she's back out on the floor. Let's see how quick it takes her to give her a look and try to get her rhythm back.
And once again, though, we saw that pressure from Baldwin forcing another Ottawa turnover.
Well, they called that foul, by the way, on Hadel. I thought it was on Ashley, but they gave it to Hadel, which that's a significant difference, as it's 2 now on Brooklyn Hadel, their top scorer. Hiroshita picked up by Frost. 12-2. Baldwin again scored just 13 points the first 3 quarters of the game against Eudora. Then a 16-point fourth quarter, and so that is carried over a good way now, carried over into this one tonight. That foul is on Carly Toot. So 2 free throws coming up for Camden Evans. 2:57 still to go in this first quarter. Baldwin by 10.
Mentioned Ottawa's a pretty aggressive team. They already have 5 team fouls, so Baldwin just keep pushing that pedal down and that aggression. You're going to get to the line a lot in this first half.
And of those 5, 2 of them on their top scorer, Hadel, another one on their best interior player, Kiba, as Eric Toot takes a timeout. With Reichert in some trouble in that backcourt there, did not want to have that in a 10-second call, so the Bulldogs use their first timeout here tonight. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by the Bullpen in Baldwin City. They're your locally owned sports bar in downtown Baldwin City. Open 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. Perfect place to go before, during, or after the ball games. You can follow them on Facebook to find out all the latest happenings down at the Bullpen here in Baldwin. So the Bulldogs will have the ball coming out of the timeout. A 12-2 lead. All 12 points have been in some form or fashion come from Carly Neufeld. She has scored 9 of them and has assisted the other basket, a 3-pointer by Bailey Smith.
Get a little extended 1-3-1 zone from the Ottawa defense here.
Chloe Neufeld is running the point, a freshman point guard for Baldwin, so she's been solid so far against this pressure. Just one Baldwin turnover, and that did not come from her. So they've been very good against this high pressure from Ottawa early on. Toot doubled, nearly triple team. It gets it back out to Chloe.
That's where you need to get the ball in this zone, is the high post area, though, right in the middle.
Reichert tries to take it on her own. And rebound is tapped back out to Kiba. Here comes Hadel. Gets downhill into the paint, lays it in, and a foul will put Brooklyn Hadel at the line. Marin Frost is charged with her first foul. So Hadel goes to the line. She has 4 of the 5 so far for Ottawa. Emma Kate Lang and Bailey Smith check back in as Toot and Frost exit for Baldwin. Free throw from Hadel makes it a 12-6 game. A little more than 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Baldwin works it across the timeline, gets through that pressure, and then a foul is committed. And let's see, there's Kiba and Hadel both there. It's going to either be a third on Kiba or a Hadel or a second on Kiba. It's the second on Emery Kiba. So the top 2 players for Ottawa, each with 2 fouls now, at least in my estimation, the top 2 players. My scouting report anyway.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Baldwin got bailed out a little bit on that foul call. Ottawa had a pretty good trap over there.
Neufeld working against Hadel. Nice crossover dribble to get inside, but can't get the layup to drop. Hadel clears. Back to Kiba. A runner off the glass, doesn't go. Kiba able to battle for that rebound, and then it's deflected out by Chloe Neufeld. Hadel may have got away with a little carry there. Gets it off instead to Ashley. She floats it long. Reichert comes back the other way. That pass unable to be handled by Lang. I'm not sure that Emma Kate ever saw that one hand off the dribble bounce pass from Chloe come into her. Just the second Baldwin turnover in this first quarter with 90 seconds to go in the period. Baldwin up 12-6. Carly Neufeld on the pressure outside. They have forced 4 turnovers out of Ottawa in this opening period. Ashley pressured by Lang. Forced her to pick it up. Now needs some help. Gets it back to Hadel with 70 seconds to go in the quarter. Long 2-pointer from Ashley. Kiba the rebound. Trying to get it back out to Hadel. It came free for her, to Ashley rather. It ends up with Hadel, and she's knocked to the floor by Chloe Neufeld. That's the first on Chloe and the 4th team foul. Joanna John will check back in for Ottawa along with Kinnison Walters. Well, Baldwin got off to a great start with 12 points in the opening 4.5 minutes of this quarter, but now they have gone the last 2.5 plus without scoring and has allowed Ottawa to kind of get back in this thing a little bit after trailing early 12-2. Carly Toot back on for Baldwin. Walters. And another blocking foul against Baldwin.
Well, you're right about one thing, Bryce. It's been a physical game so far, both sides. Now, 5 team fouls on Baldwin, 6 on Ottawa. So we could see a lot of free throws here in the second quarter.
Both these teams very similar in terms of their free throw shooting. Kiba into the corner for Walters. Now under 40 seconds left in the quarter. Ottawa at this point may decide to go ahead and run out the clock. Instead, they turn it over. But unfortunately, Neufeld ends up stepping on the baseline. So tough break there. She was just trying to track down that loose ball. And Ottawa dodges what should have been a turnover and a break the other way. And now they do turn it over. It's Neufeld again with a steal. Chloe surveying the defense, bounces it into Emma Kate Lang, and it rattles out again. Lang and Neufeld collide, and Ottawa comes up with it. My goodness.
I tell you what, the amount of missed, just easy layups Baldwin's had in these last really 2 or 3 games.
Another foul committed by Baldwin in the backcourt. This one on Carly Neufeld. So now both teams have committed 6. First foul on Carly. Reichert comes back in for Baldwin here. Just 13 seconds left.
That being said, the Bulldogs getting a lot of good looks, though.
Yeah. I mean, they've had at least 3 or 4 now, I feel like, that have gone completely around the cylinder and halfway down. A lot of contact. They play on through it, and a layup by Walters with 7 seconds to go. Neufeld has 2 seconds. I don't believe she got that off in time, but it will end the first quarter. 12-8, Baldwin by 4 after 1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
12-8 after 1 as we head to the second quarter here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Great start to that first quarter. Baldwin was up 12-2, but a 6-0 run for Ottawa to end the quarter, and it wasn't because Baldwin was not getting looks to score, but all of a sudden there was just a lid. It was almost like more like a shot collar on that rim that the ball was just charged and wouldn't go through. So here we are, second quarter, Ottawa with the basketball. And Brooklyn Hale going to work to start it. Cannot convert, and Emma Kate Lang clears it for Baldwin. Up to Smith. Bailey attacks and lays it in. There you go. (14-8) Baldwin. Smith already with 5 points. And now another steal for Chloe, and racing her down to knock it away and knock it out of bounds is John. But Baldwin maintains possession.
Yeah, Baldwin doing a nice job right now. Kind of not full court pressing, if that makes sense, but kind of running, jumping at half court and force them to pick it up where they don't want to.
Nothing hurt there on the inbound. Here's Reichert. Nice ball fake to get around the defender Richards, and Alyssa Reichert, who has scored in double figures each the last two for the Bulldogs, has her first bucket tonight. Baldwin back up by 8.
Yeah, anytime you leave the left side open for Alyssa Reichert facing the basket, that's almost a bucket every single time.
Richards up top to Evans, and she'll back it away. Tough runner by Evans. He's got it off the glass and the angle, dropped it in. Neufeld kicks it out to her sister. Carly's three. A bit strong. Rebounded by John. Both teams will be in the bonus this entire second quarter. Scoop misses. Putback is going to result in a trip to the line for Molly Atchley. Seventh Baldwin foul. It's the first on Emma Kate Lang. Senior Molly Atchley at the stripe here to try to trim this deficit a little for Ottawa. Gets the nice roll there. Not roll, I guess, nice bounce.
How come this rim's nicer than the other end?
Seems to be so far anyway. Lauren Berg checks in for Baldwin, 5'7" sophomore. Averaging just a little over 1 point per game off the bench this year. And a nice strong rebound there by Berg. Smith comes out to get it from Reichert. Neufeld trying to set John up off the dribble. And a collision on the block. That's Molly Atchley, who will pick up the foul and put Carly back at the free throw line, where she has gone 4 out of 4 so far tonight. Foster Nichols returns along with Emery Keebaugh, so good sight for Ottawa that Nichols is able to come back in after rolling her ankle back in the first quarter. Reichert checks out. Here's Carly Neufeld at the line. 9-point first quarter for Carly, including a 4 of 4 performance at the line, but misses the front end of, they call that a 1-and-1, I guess?
Apparently.
Huh. Another steal. Carly Neufeld with the theft. Can they get some points off of it? Neufeld, you bet they can. That's an 11-point start to this game for Neufeld. Richards cut off by Lang. Back up top to Nichols. Down the center of the paint. Too strong with a floater. John, an offensive rebound. Hadel from the corner around and out. And now the tough luck coming this side on the rim as Keebaugh and Lang get tangled up, and it's Lang who's called for the foul, her second.
Yeah, but once again, 2 straight offensive rebounds. You mentioned it in the keys to the game tonight. Baldwin going to have to clear that defensive glass much better than they're doing right at the moment.
Keebaugh misses the first of 2. Reichert coming back in for Baldwin, replaces Lang.
I think one thing I've noticed rebounding-wise for Baldwin on this end of the floor, straight up, they're a pretty good rebounding team, but when you have to get some rotations and some help and girls have to rotate over, even if it's not your man per se, you have to box somebody out and try to get good position.
Bailey Smith gives it up top to Berg. And through the hands of Chloe. Luckily had enough room to gather it back, and that's an offensive foul on an illegal screen, they're going to say, against Lauren Berg. So that is 9 team fouls against Baldwin, but it won't be free throws as they had team control there. Ball lobbed into Nichols. Hadel. And a travel on Hadel. Frost back in for the Bulldogs. Walters returns for Ottawa. 5:01 left, second quarter. 18-12 Baldwin. Three-quarters court pressure here from Ottawa. And a double dribble on Reichert. Nichols has it taken away by Neufeld. Chloe. Coast to coast, missed the layup. And Kiba races back for the rebound. Walters gets it up to Nichols. Up top to Kiba. And throws it away. Wanted to go back door, but Berg read it all the way. And then Frost travels.
Yeah, everything just feels a little bit sped up right now. Everybody's got to take a deep breath. We'll say Ottawa hasn't really offered much of a threat from the outside so far.
Offensive foul on Foster Nichols. So Lauren Berg has played some really good minutes here since coming into this game. Has a couple of really good rebounds, had a steal, steps in to draw a charge right there. So some productive bench minutes from the sophomore Lauren Berg. That's the third foul, by the way, as well on Foster Nichols. And Berg will come out, gets a nice hand for her efforts. Carly Toot back in for her. Reichert doubled. Frost out of the corner. And a offensive foul is going. Well, wait. I thought the official pointed as if it was going to go the other way, but now the official on the wing is saying a blocking foul, and now they're going to talk about it. Nope, they're going to just go past each other. So it'll be a blocking foul, though, on Ashley. They called it on the floor, and that's somewhat relevant here because that's 9 team fouls. So it is a 1-and-1 for Reichert, who's only a 44% free throw shooter.
Yeah, got to be ready to rebound here.
She's 0 for 2 tonight at the line. But will earn the second. Well, 2 free throws there from Alyssa Reichert, and the Bulldogs now lead 20-12. Just under the midway point of this second quarter. Reichert steps in with a steal, a chance at a breakaway. Walters ran her down and got her with the body. A 3-point chance for Alyssa Reichert as the Bulldogs trying to make Ottawa pay for these turnovers. They're up to 7 in this quarter and 12 at the game now.
That's where Reichert can be so dangerous, jumping some passing lanes, getting a quick steal, and then always liable to go coast to coast. You can't foul her, it'll be and one.
Just stepped up and made a pair of free throws a moment ago. Misses this one, but an offensive rebound by Toot. Blocked on the putback try by Ashley, who then throws it into traffic and throws it away on the outlet.
Smart decision by Neufeld there to pull that one back out, set something up. Try to take advantage of this extra possession they gave you.
Baldwin leading by 10. It matches their largest lead of the game so far. And Carly will reset things for the Baldwin offense. And a bump, a foul called on John. That is 10. 2 shots coming up for Carly Neufeld. Two shots here for Carly Neufeld. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. Actively looking to fill positions for skilled CNC machinists and CNC operators. Excellent pay, competitive benefits, a climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Send an email to jobs@riceprecision.com to inquire further. This is Neufeld's second free throw attempt, and she goes 1 of 2, but it's Carly Toot. Another offensive rebound off a missed free throw, and almost stolen back by Joanna John. Good effort on the sideline, but stepped on that sideline. Looking for Chloe on the back door. It will stay with Baldwin, or will it?
Chloe says, I didn't touch it. Trust me.
Well, they didn't trust you, Chloe.
That was a good idea. Just need to be about half a tick sooner from Reichert on that delivery.
Lauren Berg back in for Baldwin. 23-12. Bulldogs with their largest lead of the game right now of 11. 3 minutes left, just under anyway, to go in this first half. Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up. Hadel. Doubled. Back up top it comes for Keebaugh. A little high-low inside lob to Nichols. This is Dylan Nichols, and she misses that. Chloe Neufeld the rebound. Chloe always quick to push the ball up. Got into some traffic, somehow ends up back with it, but then it's on the baseline.
Yeah, and that's just something Chloe's going to learn as she grows as a point guard, is be a little more under control. You watch Caleb Carr kind of do that a little bit, and early in his career last year, he'd get a little out of control there at times, but Chloe's going to learn a little jump stop and pull-up jumper there.
And Rashida back in for Ottawa. Toot back in for Baldwin. Hadel has it in the front court for Ottawa.
See some dangerous passes from Ottawa, a lot of skip passes.
Oh, my. Yeah, I think they're going to change this one. This one's should probably stay here. That ball missed by quite a bit, and I believe it was because it was altered by the defense. They got some hands on that to block it, it looked like. So it will be Ottawa ball now after the officials change it.
A ton of deflections from Baldwin this first half.
Hadel runs down the air, inbound pass. 2:15 to go in the half. 23-12 Baldwin.
Ooh.
And Smith knocks Hadel to the floor. She's called for the foul. Her second, and that will put Brooklyn Hadel at the line for 2 shots. Hadel with 5 of the 12 in this one for Ottawa. She had 5 of the first 6 in this game for them. Frost and Reichert back in for Baldwin. Reichert gets it center of the floor to Toot. Nice backside look to Frost. Open 3. Welcome back, Marin Frost.
Something the Bulldogs were desperately missing in that last game.
So Frost knocks down the 3, forces Ottawa into another timeout as the Bulldogs now lead by a dozen, 26-14, with 1:58 left to play in this first half. Coming up at the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, and here's what's coming up on Baldwin Sports Live. The Friday night game this week, it's Lewisburg coming to town. Rematch of the Bulldogs trip down to Lewisburg earlier this year, where the girls got rocked by just an outstanding performance that night by the Lewisburg girls. And the Baldwin boys picked up a tightly contested victory. So the rematch this Friday night here in Baldwin. Next week, it's the BIT. The Baldwin boys will be playing Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday next week in the BIT. Wednesday, they play Bishop Seabury at 7. Friday, they'll take on Girard at 7. And then Saturday, we don't know yet when they'll play. It'll be either, 1 o'clock, 2:30, or 4, I think, are the scheduled times for those 3 games on Saturday. And, of course, that will be dependent on what happens in those first 2 games, Wednesday and Friday. But that's what's coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayton Outdoors. You can check out our broadcast schedule, what's upcoming in your local community newspaper, the Baldwin City Community News. You can subscribe for just $5 a month and keep up to date with all the latest news, opinions, sports, ads, and more. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street, to subscribe to your local weekly newspaper for just $5 per month. All right, Baldwin defense, they've been so good so far in this game. 13 turnovers forced. They have committed 10 fouls, but they've kind of spread that out, if you will, so nobody in immense foul trouble. And there's another forced turnover, and here comes Baldwin. Neufeld missed the layup, and Keybon just swallows up the rebound. Then she's fouled, and that's not necessarily the foul you want that far away from the basket, as it'll give Keybon 2 shots, and it's on Reichert. It's just her first, though.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it. They're interesting. Both teams in the double bonus in the first half, and not a lot of foul trouble to really talk about. A lot of girls with 2 fouls, but
only one has gone over that 2 number. That's Foster Nichols, who has 3. Keyball makes the first.
Yeah, Ottawa doing a nice job converting their free throws here lately, too. This could be a way they get back in this game. Baldwin got to be careful.
Yeah, you're right. 7 out of 10 now at the line. Baldwin converts. They're 7 of 12, so they've not been terrible there, but that 8 of 11 mark now for Ottawa has certainly kept them attached in a game where they have struggled more so than Baldwin from the field. 1:36 to play until the half. It's a 10-point Baldwin lead. Baldwin has never trailed in this game. Neufeld gets through the defenders, then lost it, but it will stay with Baldwin. Chloe making her second straight start. Freshman for the Bulldogs. Her older sister, Carly Neufeld, has it here. Frost. Give back to Neufeld. Carly's had a nice first half, 12 points to lead all scorers tonight. Gives it up top to Chloe Neufeld. 2 down to set a nice screen. Kick to the corner. Frost fires another 3. Backside rebound. Goes into the arms of John. 1 minute left in the half.
Baldwin's fallen back into a 2-3 zone here last 2 or 3 possessions. I think a lot of that's due to Ottawa not really much of a threat from the outside, like I mentioned earlier. See, half their points coming from the free throw line.
Loose ball. It's going to stay here with Ottawa. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. They haven't made a 3 and really haven't even attempted to make a 3. I think Hadel took 1, but they have certainly been gun shy from the outside. 37 seconds left. Hadel lost it on the way up, and they call her for travel. It looked like Baldwin kind of knocked that ball out of her hands, so maybe a break there for Baldwin, but it's the 15th turnover now for Ottawa, so they've had nearly as many turnovers as points in this first half. $18 seconds to work with. And a foul is called. Who are they going to call it on? It could go either way, really. I think they're going to call it on Chloe Neufeld, yep. So they're going to give a turnover to Neufeld and then a foul, which is Chloe's second, and 2 shots for Joanna John with 10 seconds left.
And for me, Baldwin really just making that press break a lot harder than it needs to be. Just need to cut somebody through the middle, get the ball to him, and break that press. It's something the boys have kind of perfected here early in the season. A lot of times you see one of those double teams coming and you think you can split the trap, and a lot of times you can get yourself into some trouble thinking that way.
9-point game. There you are. Yep, trying to split it. They do, though, this time. Frost Has 2 seconds, gets it up in time, and misses it to end the half. 26-17, Baldwin with a 9-point lead going into the halftime locker room. It's Baldwin 26, Ottawa 17. You're watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. It's the Farm Bureau Financial Service halftime show coming up next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Halftime here in Baldwin tonight, 26-17 is our halftime score. The Baldwin Bulldogs with a 9-point lead on top of the number 9 ranked Ottawa Cyclones in our girls game. And all in all, pretty solid first half of the Bulldogs when you consider the fact that they never trailed, and they've had for the majority of the first quarter and the majority of the latter part of that second quarter a double-digit lead. It sits at 9 right now. They've led by as many as 12. No ties, no lead changes. It was a 3.5-minute scoring drought to end the first quarter that allowed Ottawa back into a game that they were down by 10. And then it was again about a 3-minute scoring drought, minus 1 bucket to close out the second quarter that allowed Ottawa to kind of get back into a game that they were down by 12 and get it back to 9. So not a lot of change there, but Baldwin had their chances because of the 15 Ottawa turnovers in that first half to really put some space between them and the Cyclones. Some shots that looked like they should have gone didn't, and then the Bulldogs had a few of their own turnovers there late. But all in all, 9-point lead. Can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, I was going to say overall you can't really complain about it because the way we've kind of seen the Baldwin girls be up and down this year. But against a good Ottawa team, too, I think they've shown up pretty well tonight, and they've played together. And like you said, they could honestly have more than 26 points, but then you say they had some careless turnovers as well. So kind of a epitome of their season so far in the first half, kind of up and down. But, yeah, you mentioned it overall, I think pretty good. Could be worse. And it's good to see Carly Neufeld out and doing much better than she has been, getting that shooting stroke down, attacked the bucket early, got some threes to go down. So it's good to see.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they just need that scoring, not only for the obvious reason, but it feels like it just gives confidence to everybody else on the offense as well when her shots fall in, and everybody kind of feeds off of that. And I think we saw some of that in that first 16 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. And also mentioned Reichert's been playing pretty well. She's been coming up big on the defensive end, jumping some passing lanes, getting some steals, along with Bailey Smith. I think Bailey Smith goes under the radar a lot of the times, but she does a lot of the little things, gets some big rebounds, and plays some really good defense for this Bulldog team. And so I think, yeah, altogether, pretty good first half. Keep it up, and you're going to get back in the win column tonight.
Halftime shows brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. We'll run down the first half numbers for you right after this word from Farm Bureau.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Let's take a look at those numbers here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show. The numbers brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services, where they'll help you confidently tackle tax season, even the highly specific situations. They'll help make sense of it all to meet your critical business needs with timely, accurate, and reliable services, all at an affordable cost at New Frontier Tax and Business Services, online at newfrontiertbs.com. Ottawa's leading scorer in the first half was Brooklyn Hadel with 7. 3 of that came at the free throw line, as in fact over half of the points overall for the Cyclones came at the free throw line in that first half. 9 of their 17 came at the stripe. Hadel with 7, Emery Keebaugh with 3, Camden Evans with 3, Molly Atchley with 1, Kennison Walters with 2, and Joanna John with 1 in that first half. The Cyclones on the glass led by Keebaugh, who had 5 of their 12 first half rebounds. Cyclones right now a +3 on the glass, but they turned it over 15 times and did not make a shot for the outside. Really didn't even attempt hardly but a shot or two for the outside, and went 9 of 13 at the free throw line. For Baldwin, a 12-point first half for Carly Neufeld, bouncing back after just a 7-point night on 3 of 15 shooting on Friday at Eudora, but much better in the first half of this one. 12 points for Carly in that first half. And the rest of the scoring, Marin Frost with 3. Nice to have her back in the lineup tonight. Alyssa Reichard with 6. And Bailey Smith with 5 in the first half. Leading rebounder for the Bulldogs was Reichard with 3. And nobody with multiple assists, but several girls dishing out 1. Smith and both Neufelds, along with Lauren Berg as well. The Bulldogs only had 6 first half turnovers, so much better in terms of taking care of the basketball. They did knock down 2 3-pointers. Made 3 3-pointers in the first half and went 7 of 12 at the free throw line. All in all, it's a 9-point lead here at the break for the Baldwin Bulldogs, who are better at home when it comes to the shooting stroke, it seems. And the numbers, just the scoring numbers, have been pretty drastically different. When you look at the home field or the home court, they have scored 43, 50, 67, and now tonight 26. As opposed to on the road, their scores 43, 45, 17, and 29. So they do like the home cooking here of the gym at home in Baldwin, and so far it has kind of gone that way as well in this one, with a 9-point lead here at the break, looking to continue to show their dominance over Ottawa on their home floor. Ottawa has not won here in Baldwin since 2012. Last year, when the Cyclones beat Baldwin down in Ottawa, it was their first win overall against Baldwin since 2015. The two teams split the meetings last year, with the home team winning both of them. And here is Baldwin with a 9-point lead at the break in this one. 26-17 is our score. Of course, we do have a second game coming up in the doubleheader tonight. The boys game coming up following this one. Baldwin boys 6-1, Ottawa 3-3. Should be an electric game coming up later on tonight, as the Baldwin boys look to end a 25-game losing streak to the Ottawa Cyclones. Kind of hard to believe it's been that long. 2009, the last Baldwin win over Ottawa. Perhaps tonight is the night. We'll find out in the nightcap. One more half to go in this one. 26-17. That's the score here at the break. It's Baldwin leading by 9. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. If you're looking for personal service from a local agent, then Kelly Neufeld is your guy. Give him a call at 785-594-1055. He and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they love to support you in your financial future as well. Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Welcome back to Baldwin. I'm Bryce Kessler. He's Ryan Hilmer. We've got a good game here, 26-17 as we start the second half. Baldwin will have the basketball. Carly and Chloe Neufeld, Alyssa Reichert, Bailey Smith, and Emma Kate Lang for the Bulldogs. Emery Keba, Foster Nichols, who does have 3 fouls. She's out there, though, to start the half. Brooklyn Hadel, Joanna John, and Kinnison Walters, the 5 for Ottawa. So here we go in the second half. First half did not have any ties or lead changes. Baldwin took the opening lead on a Bailey Smith 3 and never looked back, leading by as many as 12. Smith with 5 first half points, matches her season and career high, but a turnover here. Nichols playing with 3. Both teams were deep into the double bonus in the first half. Quite a few fouls committed, but surprisingly with all the fouls, only one player with 3. Pretty much everybody who's played has at least 1, though, it seems like. Nichols able to get the corner, but missed the layup. Hadel, an offensive rebound. She'll head to the free throw line as Baldwin picks up their first second half foul here in the opening possession.
And once again, the offensive rebound's kind of the cause of it there. Team rebounding, got to box out, do it together.
It's the second foul on Carly Neufeld. Well, Hadel has not done much scoring from the field in this game. She has just 2 field goals, but she's up to 8 points now, and she has done well at the free throw line. Now with that free throw, has gone 5 of 5 at the free throw line. Chloe Neufeld's runner misses, and it's Hadel with the rebound.
Whoa. It's a horse shot.
And it's knocked out. So Baldwin will have it.
If that goes in, I'm going home.
Turnover in the backcourt. Keba with an easy look. Timeout Baldwin. So a couple of early turnovers here in this second half. The lead for Baldwin is quickly down to just 5. And after they turned it over just 6 times in the first half, Ryan, already 2 of them in a minute and 19 seconds to start the second half.
Yeah, really disjointed start to the second half. And all of a sudden you look up and it's only a 5-point game. Everybody starts to tighten up a little bit, start getting nervous, but sorry, you just got to take a deep breath. That's a good timeout by Coach Toot here. Get everybody relaxed and back on the same page and come back out and start making a run of your own.
Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. You can check out the inventory that they have available online at HaydenOutdoors.com. Learn more about the great folks at Hayden Outdoors, including your local brokers, Shad and Penny Sheldon. If you're looking to find your next dream property or if you're thinking about listing, go with the best in the business, Hayden Outdoors, online at HaydenOutdoors.com. 6:41 left to play in this third quarter. We're just underway second half. It was once a 12-point lead late in the first half for Baldwin. Is now down to 5. And the pressure from Ottawa did not bear much fruit in regards to turnovers in the first half, but already 2 Baldwin turnovers in this second half. So we'll see if coming out of the timeout now they can regather themselves and take care of the basketball. Reichert. Back up top to Smith. Carly Neufeld fires a 3. Joanna John gave her some space, didn't get close enough to her, and Neufeld right in her eye for her 15th point.
Yeah, that's when you know Carly's really feeling good. The opponent doesn't get her hand up, and that's hand down, man down all day.
Walters, kick out. Nichols fires a rare 3 up there for Ottawa. And Chloe Neufeld gets underneath of Joanna John, who picks up an offensive rebound, and a foul on Chloe is her 3rd. So she is the first Baldwin player with 3 fouls. And it looks like she's going to come off the floor, and back in comes Marin Frost. Well, Frost kind of been eased back into the lineup tonight after missing the game Friday. some limited minutes in this one, but has been productive while she's out there. And there she is with the rebound on the missed three by Hadel. Reichert has it deflected out of bounds. Carly Neufeld to inbound. Nice 15 points going in this one for Carly. Lang knocked loose. Ball still loose. Reichert comes up with it. A chance with some numbers. Reichert goes right at the defender. Keybot, an offensive foul on Alyssa. It's her second.
Once again, you can't really fault the aggression from Reichert there. I'd like to see him just kind of jump stop there, take a nice little mid-range jumper off the glass. You don't have to get all the way to the rim every time.
Ottawa with the ball down by 8. They have never led in this game, and now a travel on John will send it back to Baldwin.
Seems like every time Baldwin opens that door, though, Ottawa unwilling to break it open.
Tough time getting it in. They just do. Collision near midcourt, and let's hope both players are okay. Reichert quickly hops up, and Hadel helped up by John. The foul on Brooklyn Hadel is her third. And she picked up 2 in the first quarter. 1 for sure. 1 I thought she may have gotten credited with. It wasn't actually hers, but regardless, she played with 2 fouls the rest of the way and really didn't come off the floor. But that is her third, and Baldwin has it up by 8 with 5.5 to go in the third.
I think the key is to stay aggressive. She gets number 4, and that's going to be a huge turning point.
You bet. There's a jump ball. And that will send it over to Ottawa. That's now 4 third-quarter turnovers and the opening 2:40 of this second half. Keyball peels off Smith, gives Hadel a chance for a runner that floats through. Neufeld slow playing things, lets it develop, gets it up to Smith. Numbers for Baldwin. Bailey all the way in. Took a little bump, no call. Hadel the rebound, and nothing doing for Baldwin.
So Baldwin's going to have to rely on that good defense they've shown all year.
And how many times have they thrown those dangerous, just cross-court lobs that part of the reason they've turned it over 16 times. Smith nearly got it free. Here's another long skip. It comes down to the block. Walters with a spin gets it up off the glass, but a foul on Lang. Now that's 3 on Emma Kate.
Yeah, you feel for Lang. She's been down there battling all game long. You just got to find a way to play defense without your hands down there. Got caught reaching.
The free throw line has been kind to Ottawa tonight. They're 11 of 15. A big part of why they have been able to stay close enough in this game, despite the fact that they've had a bit of a tough night from the field. 2 checks back in for Baldwin, and Dick Evans comes in for Ottawa. But Walters missing that first free throw. A chance for a second one here.
You mentioned Lauren Berg earlier having a nice game. I think Carly Toots kind of the same kind of player, does a lot of the intangible little things well.
So as I credit their free throw shooting, they go 0 for 2. Reichert, Frost, three-pointer in the air, and an offensive rebound right on the spot there. It's 2. You just talked about it, but Evans able to take it away from her. Walters blocking foul on Frost. 2 on Marin. More free throws for Kennis and Walters. She just attempted her first 2 of the game moments ago, missing them both. There's now 0 for 3, and all of a sudden that free throw percentage is starting to come back down near where Baldwin's at. Bulldogs are 7 out of 12. Ottawa now 11 out of 18. So 0 for 4 now for Walters here in the last few possessions, but an offensive rebound by Keyboss sets up Nichols with a runner that banks in.
It's a big swing there once again. Another offensive rebound given up
4-point game. Reichard will go to the line. Foul on Ottawa. Just their second of this third quarter. Baldwin, meanwhile, they're right back where they were in the first half, committing some fouls up to 5. That's 4 personals on Foster Nichols. First trip to the line here in the second half for Baldwin. Reichard went 2 of 5 in the first half. Nichols will come out of the game along with Walters. Hiroshita and Ashley check back in for Ottawa. Salvages 1. It's a 5-point Baldwin lead. Ottawa has just 1 turnover so far in this second half. They've cleaned that up a bit. And fouled on the act is Evans. And 2 more free throws coming up for Ottawa. That is on Marin Frost. It's her third. So now Baldwin, we talked about foul troubles or lack thereof for a minute. They now have 3 players with 3. With 3:24 to go in this third. Emma Kate Lang comes back in, and if you're a Baldwin supporter, thank goodness that Ottawa's got a little cold here at the free throw line now. They have missed their last 5 free throws now.
Yeah, it's also nice having a really solid 8-man rotation throw in there. Foul trouble really becomes less of an issue when you trust all 8 players.
Neufeld to Smith. Bailey's 3 misfires. Evans the rebound. 4-point game with 3 minutes and change to go in the third. Carly trying to pick her spot to reach in and take that ball away. Now Ashley across to Hadel. Good defense by Smith. Rebounded by Reichard. Alyssa surveys things. Gets downhill and gets it off the glass. There you go, Ryan. You talk about her going to that left side. Of course, she's a natural lefty, and she gets in rhythm down that left lane line. She's money.
I feel like she also gets in rhythm from grabbing the defensive rebound as well, and then she can just bring it up herself. Goes coast to coast more times than not.
Ashley going to back down Lang. Now Keeball lobs it in for Hadel, intercepted by Reichard. There she goes again, Ryan, coast to coast down that left side. Kicks it out instead. Extra pass to Neufeld, and now they're going to wave off the attempt. It's a foul on Ottawa. 3 missed anyway, but that was just what you want right there. Get inside, kick it out, extra pass, set up your best shooter for 3. Foul, though, on Emery Keeball is her third, so Baldwin will set it up for a baseline inbound.
That's 2 straight really nice possessions there from Reichard. Setting them up, thinking you're going to attack the basket again, then kick it out. 1 more pass. Got a foul, but it was a wide open 3 for Neufeld.
And now a foul on Hadel. That's 4.
Boy.
Well, you can tell by the substitution pattern or lack thereof with Hadel that they don't ever want to really take her off of the floor. But with 1:57 to go still in the third quarter, Matt Sherman really has no choice at this point. It's close enough still that you're projecting that this game is going to have some important possessions late. You're probably going to want your best player out there, so he has to take her off the floor here with 4 fouls and under 2 to go in the third.
Yeah, that means right now if you're Baldwin, you got to take advantage. Best player is off the floor. Try to build a lead here before she can get back out there.
11 points in this game from Hadel, and a lot of that's come at the free throw line, but she does a lot of creating on the offensive side for them. Quick ball movement around the perimeter. Frost now back to Neufeld. Carly drives, got a little bit of a window there, could not get the layup to go, and they're going to keep it here. Baldwin basketball.
That's really nice offense, though. Back and forth, swing the ball both ways. Then Neufeld able to get it and attack the basket where defender's not necessarily set. That's how you attack a good half-court defense.
Toot from straight away. One-hand pass up the floor to Ashley. Pulls up from 15. It's short. Followed it to get it back, though, and then was fouled as she tried to relocate back up top to the point guard, Evans. They called it on Emma Lang. She picks up her 4th. She'll check out. Reichert back in. Seventh team foul, by the way, so a 1-and-1 here for Molly Ashley, who is 1 out of 2 at the line tonight. Boys game still to come tonight. Good matchup. Should be a pretty fast-paced. I expect quite a bit of scoring in the boys game coming up later on tonight. Ashley knocks down the first free throw, earns herself a second.
Maybe not as much as in Eudora.
Well,
you
no.
hope not.
Yeah, Baldwin hopes, unless it's them putting up the 70-plus. That was quite the shooting night that what's going to happen here? Sorry, I was distracted by something off camera.
Also curious what's going to happen on
with
camera.
Our scoreboard camera. All right, sorry, I'm back. We had a gentleman who was taking the road less traveled to get out of his seat and over our table and past the camera and out. But all right.
Well done, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, it was gracefully executed. Can't deny that.
Meanwhile, Ottawa just keeps getting to the line over and over again. One of these times they're going to make Baldwin pay for it.
First is good from Dylan Nichols. Oh, wait. That's 22, isn't it? Marissa Richards, rather. (32-28), a minute to go in the third quarter. Reichert attracts a double team. Needs to get out of the lane. Does. Now gets it back. Tough shot, and Alyssa Reichert with the right hand that time on a tough spinning shot. Flipped it up and in for her 11th point.
I like that. That's impressive there. She's so left-hand dominant sometimes. If you can add that consistently, a little turnaround, a right-handed hook shot.
Richards from the corner, missed the three. Reichert the rebound with plenty of time to go here. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Baldwin leading by 6. Reichert into double figures with that last little hook shot, up to 11. Third straight game into double figures for the junior. Baldwin looking to take the final shot here. 10 seconds. Neufeld, that should be a block. It is on Ashley, her third. 15 foul. So now 7 seconds, which is still plenty of time to execute something here. That ball is definitively blocked by Richards. Stuffed it right out of the hands of Neufeld. Fortunately, though, for Baldwin, they'll keep possession as it goes out of bounds. Now you're down to 4.7.
Got to be quick here. Maybe get something cutting towards the basket.
They try to throw right in towards the basket to Reichert. It's intercepted by Keebaugh, and then not at all what Baldwin wanted to happen. With 1.7, they commit the foul at midcourt, and they are over the limit. That is their 9th, so it'll be free throws for Keebaugh and a chance for Ottawa to steal at least 1, if not 2 points in a situation where they probably shouldn't have had any chance to score, let alone a chance to score free throws on a 4th foul by Frost. Missed the front end, though, and gets it back. And, man, Baldwin dodged it there. We'll head to the 4th. 34-28 Bulldogs here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Codiano State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Codiano, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Welcome back to Baldwin City. We are headed to the fourth quarter tonight. A 34-28 ball game. Baldwin has never trailed in this game. No ties, no lead changes, but they have also yet to pull away from this one as Ottawa continues to make just enough happen to stay in this, and that is not the start the Bulldogs want in this fourth quarter as they turn it over. They had just 6 first half turnovers. They're now up to 8 in the second half.
Been kind of a frustrating night for Chloe Neufeld. She'll continue to get better, though. It's tough coming in as a freshman, handling most of the point guard, handling the ball duties.
And not an easy role. And this is the part she's excelled at defensively with a steal again. And especially playing that point guard position against a team that's not afraid to be aggressive and physical, too. It's been a physical game.
Yeah.
I mean, as witnessed by as many fouls as we've seen. Both teams were in the double bonus in the first half. Ottawa will be in the double bonus the next time they get fouled. Baldwin is 1 foul away from Ottawa from hitting into the bonus. So it's been a physical game, and that is not an easy spot for the point guard, especially a young one, a freshman like Chloe, but she's held her own tonight, trying to help lead this Bulldog team to a victory. And there's Emma Kate Lang's first bucket of the night, and a strong finish inside to make it 36-28.
Yeah, it's good to see Lang get rewarded a little bit in there. She's been battling in there all night long.
Backdoor cut. Richards floats it no good. And a good job there, Lang with a rebound. Reichert brings it up. Keeps the dribble alive. Up top to Neufeld. Over to Carly Neufeld. Screen from Chloe. Three-pointer in the air. And just off to the left. Rebounded by Richards. Still no Brooklyn Hadel. She picked up a 4th foul late in the 3rd. Key ball blocked by Reichert, cleared by Lang. So we'll see at what point in this 4th quarter Ottawa turns back to their senior leader, and that point is now. Here she comes. Hadel is checking in along with Nichols and Walters.
They give that to Baldwin?
They did.
Might be a break. I thought that might have been off Bailey Smith, but we'll take it.
Chloe to inbound. Reichert up top to Bailey Smith. They'll set things up with an 8-point lead here for Baldwin. 6:20 to go. Neufeld kick to Smith in the corner. Back to Neufeld, who relocated with her and missed a 3. Rebounded by Jean. Open Walters. Fake drive and out now to Richards. Steps into a mid-range jumper. Offensive board. Hadel. Putback spins off, but a foul will put her at the line for 2.
Talk about Baldwin needing to control that defensive glass a little bit better. Sometimes you just get a little bit unfortunate. That time Bailey Smith was the backside rebounder, and she's giving up some height. She battles in there, though.
Yeah, Smith averages 3.5 rebounds a game, only 5'3", a really good rebounder for not having the size. Frost back in for Chloe Neufeld. That foul was on Chloe, by the way, which was her 4th. And Hadel continues to knock down her free throws. She has gone perfect, 7 of 7 at the line in this game. 13 points to lead the Cyclones. Baldwin's 15th turnover of the game. Back comes Ottawa, down by 6. Scooped up and off the glass by Foster Nichols. 4-point game, 5.5 to go. Carly Neufeld out to Frost. Riker, top of the key. High post to Lang. Rebounded by Walters.
All of a sudden, the offense for Baldwin's kind of disappeared.
Hadel's floater, long rebound, Baldwin a chance. Carly Neufeld is going to take it all the way herself and lays it in to make it 38-32 with 5 minutes to go. "17 points tonight from Carly Neufeld, top scorer in the game. It matches her season high, and now a steal. Bailey Smith with an easy deuce. Oh, she misses the layup, though. Rebounded by Hadel.
Man, how many of those have we had tonight? Just missed layups, easy bunnies.
I said that season high for Neufeld, 21 actually the season high. There's a rebound for Riker, but she might get to that number before this one's over as well. Here she comes.
I'll give some credit to Ottawa defensively here. They've done enough, stunted the Baldwin offense. They've gotten some good looks, but just haven't gotten a lot to drop, and they've taken advantage, gotten back into this thing.
Lang finds Frost on the backdoor cut for the easy 2. Nice pass by Lang to set it up.
That's how you combat the pressure, though. A little nice backdoor cut, good find.
8-point Baldwin lead again. Up top, Hadel, wide open 3. Off the heel, rebounded by Frost. And she's fouled in the backcourt by Walters. That is the 7th on Ottawa. So a 1-and-1 chance for Marin Frost. And it seems like we're just in that seesaw right now of the lead going up to 8 points or so for Baldwin. It's back down about 4, but no closer. Then back to 8, back down to 4 right now. Frost has a chance with a couple of free throws to make this a double-digit lead again for Baldwin. The Bulldogs have never trailed, but they've never led by more than 12 either. They've just not been able to completely pull away and take over this game. Missed front end of the 1-and-1. And a foul then on Baldwin as Hadel was trying to outlet that ball. It's called on Carly Toot, her 3rd. And 2 free throws for Hadel, who is not the girl you want to foul right now. She has gone 7 out of 7 at the free throw line in this game.
It seems like this game might be determined from each other's free throw line. Remember, Ottawa missed a lot of free throws in that first half.
Well, it was the third quarter, actually, when they went 9 of 13 in the first half, but then they went 4 of 10 in the third quarter.
This could be a 1-point game. They convert those.
And if you have your pick, obviously, if you're Baldwin, you do not want to be fouling Hadel. Now 8 of 8. Chloe Neufeld back in for Baldwin. Tooten, who just picked up her 4th, comes out. Chloe back in. She also has 4. Emma Kate Lang on the floor still for Baldwin. She has 4. Hadel and Nichols both out there for Ottawa, each with 4. Timeout. After the free throws by Hadel gives her 15 points in this game, with 9 of it coming at the free throw line. It's a 6-point game with 3:43 left to play in the fourth quarter. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
(40-34) Baldwin lead. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by The Bullpen. Check out Wildcat Wednesday specials, karaoke Thursdays, live entertainment, Sunday Fun Day. Check it out at The Bullpen in Baldwin City. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. and on Sundays, 10 to 8. Locally owned sports bar with the classic ballpark food in downtown Baldwin City. 3:43 remains in this one tonight, 40-34. Bulldogs by 6. They have never trailed. They've never been all that comfortable either as Ottawa continues to keep the pressure on. Chloe Neufeld brings it up. They get through the press easily. Chloe, good job, very controlled into the front court here. Baldwin does not have to be in any hurry, obviously. Just want to execute, be solid down on this end. Smith. Back to Chloe Neufeld with 3:20 and counting to go. And a foul on Kebaugh, defending and denying Carly Neufeld the ball. So for Kebaugh, that's her 4th, although she's walking to the bench. Did I miss one earlier? Oh, that is 5. Oh, wow, so that's 5 on Kebaugh. So she's done 5.7 rebounds tonight. She's their leading rebounder in this game. Has not had as big of an offensive night as she's capable of. But that's some good rebounding and some good size inside that they will now be without. 1-1 for Carly Neufeld. She's money on the first. Carly tonight now 6 out of 8 at the free throw line. Game high 18 points. A point away from her second 20-point game of the year. And the Bulldogs lead by 8 again. Another steal. Bailey Smith bringing it the other way. Carly again. 8-footer doesn't go, but Lang with an offensive rebound. Emma Kate puts it back up and in.
How about that? Big offensive rebound. That's where Lang needs to be more active. That's her lane right there.
44-34, lead back up to double figures. Last time they led by 10 or more was at 26-16 in the second quarter. Lang battling for a rebound. They'll call it a jump ball, but it'll stay with Ottawa. Good effort once again by Lang. .236 to go. Cyclones down 10, trying to win in a place they have not done so since 2012. One of the officials having a chat with the athletic director of Ottawa High School over there, who is over there patrolling the student section, and apparently one of the fans on this side maybe getting a little bit unruly.
It's a good crowd on hand. Like you mentioned, rivalry game, not too far apart, these schools just down the road.
And this rivalry has had the elements of that. Close game, physical game. Hadel, off balance, hook shot by Hadel, who's now up to 17 points in this game. It's been a pretty quiet 17 because a lot of it's come at the free throw line, but she is showing you why she is their top offensive player. And it is an 8-point game yet again with 2:10 left to play. Lang, a nice tough screen out top. Reichard, another big, strong screen there by Lang. He's picking off defenders. Here she comes to set another one. And a reach-in foul by Hiroshita will put Carly back at the line for a 1-1.
That's somewhere early in the season. We saw Baldwin do a really good job of this kind of late in the games with a lead, protecting that lead, kind of playing a clock game, taking the air out of the ball, making them foul you. Now all you got to do is convert your free throws and you're home free.
Carly's been good at that tonight, 7 of 9. She comes into this one a 77% free throw shooter. Game high 19 points. A 1-1 here. Ottawa has 6 players out there on the floor right now. So what are the officials going to do here?
It's one way to try to mount a comeback.
Hard to get away with that. It's a little easier maybe to sneak an extra guy on in a football game.
Yeah. It's even harder when play is stopped, actually. You can just, everyone's standing there. You can kind of just count the numbers.
So the officials discussing whether this should be an administrative technical foul.
I mean, they did give her the ball to shoot the free throw, so in my mind.
Yeah, I think by the definition it should be. Now, obviously they can still, the officials can come back and say, well, she was coming off of the floor, or this, that, whatever, and not administer that. But it looks like they have come to the decision that it will be an administrative technical foul. So Neufeld will still get her 1-1, but she's going to get 2 shots before that as well. Now Matt Sherman is going to make his argument that play had never resumed. And
the Ottawa crowd didn't like the explanation.
The officials are going to send both teams to the bench. And honestly, I don't know at what point play officially resumed, when you bounce the ball to the shooter or when they shoot the free throw.
Well, as far as I know, I've always thought it's when the shooter gets the ball, and then it's technically back in play, because you can't make a substitution after that.
Right.
So,
and that's what, that becomes the question, obviously, because if play resumes with 6, then it's an administrative technical foul. If play hasn't technically resumed yet, then you can, because, I mean, I know in a case like if you've handed the ball to an inbounder, that technically does not resume play yet. The ball has not come back into play, and so at that point you can still restop things and get that 6th player off. So I'm wondering if, I don't know, and maybe the officials, and I don't mean this as a slight to the officiating crew. It just happens so few times that I'm not sure they're even sure exactly at this point whether that should be an administrative technical foul or not.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think I've ever seen that before, so there's no real precedent for me.
Yeah, typically it happens, like you said, in a live ball situation or on an inbound play and not in a free throw. And now the officials are going to ask for both Matt Sherman, the Ottawa head coach, and Eric Tooth, the Baldwin head coach, to come, and they're going to give them the explanation of what they've come up with here. So regardless of what they decide, Baldwin will be at the free throw line coming out of this with a 1-1 at the very least. And based on the conversation that Eric Tooth is now having, I'm guessing they decided no technical foul is what I'm guessing. So initially it looked like as they had waved the girls off the lines that it was that they were going to administer a technical foul, and now it appears like they are not, although now the officials are going to converse again. I think we've got our decision. So wave it off like nothing ever happened, and it's 1-1 for Carly Neufeld.
Yeah, just knock down some free throws, play some good defense. You don't have to worry about it.
Front end is pure. What a great bounce-back night for Carly Neufeld. Had just 7 points on 3 of 15 shooting Friday against Eudora, but she has been that top scorer this team has grown accustomed to and needs. Here she has tied her season high with 21 points tonight. Nichols. Offensive board is left short. Reichard could not collect it. It will stay with Ottawa. We're down to 1:31 to go. 10-point Baldwin lead. Runner by Hadel gets her to the line. Foul is called on Bailey Smith, her 3rd. This will be the 28th and 29th free throws attempted tonight for Ottawa. They've gone 17 of 27 so far, but Brooklyn Hadel has gone 9 for 9, make it 10 for 10. Frost back in for Baldwin. First time she's missed at the line. Knocked out by Ottawa. So Frost and the Bulldogs have it up by 9 with 1:25 to go. Tough spot to inbound. They do get it in right away, though. And, man, there's some contact there. And from across the floor, the foul is called. And it will be 2 shots from Aaron Frost on the second foul by Hiroshita. That's 10 team fouls. So Frost tonight in her return after missing Friday's game. 5 points, 4 rebounds. Has 2 shots here. 12 of 16 on the season. 75% at the line. Missed opportunity for Baldwin. Hadel the rebound. Here come the Cyclones down 9. 1:20 to go. Forcing one up and getting it to drop. Camden Evans, a high difficulty factor on that shot, but it's a 7-point game. Frost fouled by John. So Marin will have a chance to shoot another couple of free throws here. Just missed a pair. Second foul on John. Here is Frost. With the lack of three-point shooting from Ottawa tonight, if Baldwin can make their free throws, they're going to have a tough time making up ground, trading 2s for 2s. So the Bulldogs get 2 there from Frost. It's a 9-point lead again. That's really what's going to come down to now. Protect the ball, make your free throws. 2 things that you said right off the top of the broadcast tonight are going to be very critical, and they are going to be super critical here in this final minute. Floater drops in for Nichols. Got to get it in. They do to Smith. And a timeout, Baldwin, with 45 seconds to go. 47. Check that. 48-41. My apologies. 48-41. 45 seconds to go. That timeout leaves both teams with 2. Both teams in the double bonus as well. And Baldwin will be inbounding in the backcourt here with 45 ticks to go. And if you're Ottawa, I get the trying to trap, create steals and turnovers, but they're down at least 3 possessions. And without the 3-point shooting, you're down still 4 possessions in this game. Kind of running out of time to play that game, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look pretty bleak for Ottawa, especially Baldwin can just continue to knock down some free throws. It's a pretty simple game late when you're leading it. I think this is also a testament to just do your work early in terms of Baldwin. That way you don't have to knock down those pressure free throws, when you're up 2 or 3 points and trying to milk this game away. It's better to be up 6, 7, 8 points, like you said, 3, 4 possessions, kind of keep that comfort zone.
Did you continue to trap and try to get steals if you're Ottawa, though, or you just got to foul right away?
No, I mean, I think you have to. I mean, either that or you wave the white flag and go home, but
well, I don't think we'll see that for sure, but
for me, I think they need to.
I just don't know how much time you have to let
right.
run off by trapping, and
I think for me, it's just in the backcourt. If you can get a good trap or 2, after that, you have to get a foul.
Frost to Reichert, got to get it over, and they do, and then the foul is committed with 38 seconds to go. Well, if you're Ottawa, you found a 44% free throw shooter. Reichert tonight has made 3 out of 7 at the line.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier. Was Ottawa's doing a nice job not letting Carly Neufeld get the ball, and really the girl that Baldwin would like to get the ball to in these situations.
Frost out, laying in. And Neufeld is the only player on the floor right now that is over 70% this year at the line for Baldwin. Reichert does make 1. And Ottawa has to get something, whether 3 or 2. It's got to be quick for them. Nichols trying to force it up through traffic, doesn't get it. Baldwin comes back with the ball, and now with 25 seconds to go, Ottawa not electing to foul yet anyway. Neufeld has it knocked free, gets down on the floor with it. Jump ball, it'll stay with Baldwin with 18 seconds to go. Frost out, or rather Frost in, and Lang back out now.
I think Lang's had a really nice game defensively and also rebounding.
Into Carly Neufeld. And Ottawa not choosing to foul, so it looks like they are going to concede at this point. Baldwin will have to get it over, and they don't, so they do commit the 10-second violation. It's not going to factor in the result. Up 8 with 8 seconds left, you wouldn't think, unless Reggie Miller steps into the building.
Is that a team turnover, or is that charged to Neufeld?
Well, that would go on Neufeld, I believe, since she was in possession of it. But it won't really matter. With 1 second left now, Baldwin will get it back, and the Bulldogs will pick up another victory to improve to 4-0 here at home. So
a big win. Big win tonight, turn things around after that couple not-so-good performances.
And Ottawa, coming off back-to-back wins last week, had moved into the rankings. They were number 9 in the new poll that came out today for the KBCA, but that was short-lived perhaps for the Cyclones as they fall on the road tonight, 49-41. Nice victory for the Baldwin girls, who are now 5-3. They drop Ottawa to 4-3. That record that you see listed there on the screen, I just now realized was the boys' record for Ottawa, not the girls, but that's all right. It's 4-3 now for Ottawa and 5-3 now for Baldwin, with a 49-41 victory. We'll take a timeout, come back and wrap things up for you on the girls' side, including our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. That's next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back here to Baldwin. Final score tonight, 49-41. The Baldwin Bulldogs pick up the victory and a nice win for Baldwin to improve to 4-0 here at home as they take down the number 9 Ottawa Cyclones with an 8-point victory. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. Baldwin had a lot of girls contribute tonight and play well, but Carly Neufeld bounces back with a 21-point effort tonight, matches her season high, and it's just the scoring from Carly kind of just seeds everything for this team. The energy, the efficiency, and tonight they needed the big game from their top scorer. They get it. Carly Neufeld, tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game.
Yeah, I think you talked about it a little bit earlier, is when Carly gets going, it kind of gives the rest of the girls some confidence. She's definitely the straw that stirs the drink, and it was good to see her get going early. I thought it was big for her to attack the basket early. She got that early layup and then got a couple threes to go, and then a lot of free throws to boot, and pretty good, nice overall from Carly. A good night overall for the Bulldogs, getting back in the win column. 4-0 here at home, protecting the doghouse.
Carly Neufeld, tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today and set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. And it was a good night all around for a lot of the Bulldogs in this one. Again, Neufeld's 21 led the way, but they get another double-digit scoring effort from Reichert. Third straight game in double figures for Alyssa. She ends up with 12. Marin Frost in her return with 7 tonight. Emma Kate Lang with 4 points and a nice 5 rebounding effort. She was big on both ends of the floor on the kind of the ancillary aspects of things. Never was necessarily a big scorer for them, but some big tough rebounds. Did a lot of good screens on the offensive end as well. Lauren Berg off the bench gave them some big minutes, especially in the first half. Carly Toot was big on the glass, 3 offensive rebounds in this game. Bailey Smith with 5 early points. She set the tone with that 3 on the opening possession, which isn't necessarily the strongest suit of her game. It's only the second 3 she's made this year, but she knocked down that 3 and then played her typical just always in-your-face defense, grabbed a couple of big rebounds as well, and overall, nice, strong effort across the board for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I thought it was good to see Bailey pull the trigger on a couple of threes that time. It just kind of gets left open every now and then because everybody's focusing on Carly Neufeld and Marin Frost and covering the main shooters, that it's good to see Bailey Smith take some aggression on the offensive floor. We see that aggression every night on the defensive end, every single second of the game, so she's been a big contributor.
Brooklyn Hadel led the way for Ottawa in the losing effort tonight, 18 points with 10 of that coming at the free throw line. She went 10 of 11 at the stripe to finish with a team-high 18 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Foster Nichols with 6, Emery Keebaugh with 5, Campton Evans with 5, Peyton Hiroshita with 1, Molly Ashley with 2, Kennison Walters with 2, and Joanna John with 1. Marissa Richards also with 1 point tonight for Ottawa, but a 49-41 victory for the Baldwin Bulldogs. They are now 5-3. Ottawa drops to 4-3 with the loss. Coming up next for the Cyclones, they will be in the Burlington tournament coming up this next week, while Baldwin girls, they have one more this week with Lewisburg, number 10 ranked Lewisburg, coming up here at home on Friday night. And then next week they'll have 2 games, one at Pleasant Hill, Missouri on Tuesday, and then at Wellsville on Thursday. We will not have the girls broadcast for you next week, as we'll be tied up with Baldwin Invitational broadcast next week. So just a programming note for you there. But the Baldwin girls, big win tonight. Now we'll see if the boys can double up the Cyclones tonight in our nightcap. That's coming up next. You're watching Bulldog Basketball, presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
All right, let's switch gears to the boys' game tonight, and it should be a good one. The number 9 ranked Baldwin Bulldogs at 6-1 against the Ottawa Cyclones, who come into town at 3-3. But the Cyclones have had the Bulldogs' number over the last decade plus. Last time Baldwin has defeated the Cyclones, February 21st of 2009. 25 straight Cyclone victories since. It's the longest active winning streak against any team for Ottawa, and the longest active losing streak against any opponent for Baldwin. So if that doesn't set the table for what Baldwin hopes is a big night, I don't know what does. Ottawa 3-3 and coming off of 3 straight victories. A 51-48 overtime win against Tonganoxie on Friday this past week. That was after a 51-44 win over Lewisburg, and that was after a 51-47 win over Paola. One thing that the Cyclones games have had in common this year, they're all close. All 6 games have been decided by 7 points or less. They have wins of 7-4-3 and losses by 7-3-7. So they are no stranger to tight competitive games. They've had to execute down the stretch, and clearly it's made them better. After an 0-3 start, they've now won 3 in a row. As for Baldwin, they started 6-0, red hot coming out of the Christmas break, and then they ran into a hot shooting Eudora squad this past Friday night, losing 73-54. Baldwin didn't play poorly. Eudora just played better. Eudora made 12 threes. Baldwin, they knocked down a season-high 8 threes, but really the key stretch of the game was the final 2:45 of the first half, a 16-0 run for Eudora to close out the first half. If you can believe it or not, despite Eudora scoring 73 points in the game, they never scored more than 6 unanswered points outside of that 16-0 run. So that kind of tells you that Baldwin, again, didn't play poorly. Eudora just played really well. So we'll see how the boys bounce back tonight, because it can be kind of deflating when you start 6-0, things are going well, and then you go and you get beat by 19. But again, didn't play well, so hopefully they still came out of that with some positives and still feel like, hey, we're still the team to beat any night we take the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe a little bit of a setback there in that last game, but you mentioned it there. They didn't play that poorly, and so I think the big thing mentally bouncing back in this one is just not really changing who you are, do what you do, and everybody knows their role in this team. Caleb Carr's the kind of that straw that stirs the drink, like we talked about Carly Neufeld, but everybody around him knows their job. They all have their role, and they all do it really well. When they play together, it's really fun to watch, and I think just being back home here, just like the girls, boys play really well here at home in front of this home crowd, and so tonight I think big opportunity for them to kind of bounce back against a tough game against Eudora. Hopefully Ottawa doesn't shoot the lights out like Eudora did, but either way, you got to come out ready to play tonight, and hopefully Baldwin can get back into those winning ways and go to 7-1 here.
Yeah, and this is a team in Ottawa, as you talk about shooting the lights, that they are not afraid to shoot the three. They really like to play, from what I can gather, it looks like they prefer to play inside out. So they're not necessarily going to just dribble it up, make one pass around the perimeter, and fire a three. They really like to involve Carter Mason, their 6'3 senior. He'll wear number 24 for the Cyclones tonight. He's the post guy, and in my opinion, the key cog in this offense. They seem to like to get him a touch almost every time, and whether that's him scoring off of that touch or him creating another scoring opportunity on a kick out, and we've talked about it before as well, as a three-point shooter, that's the best shot to take, is that ball coming from out of the post. It just automatically squares you up to the basket. So the way they run their offense is a pretty efficient style, and that's part of the reason they're averaging 55.5 points this year. They've scored over 65 now twice this year, and they've been basically at 50 or more every game outside of a 51-48 loss. So they're an efficient offense. I guess that would be the best way I'd put it, which means you have to be assignment sound defensively.
Yeah, I think Baldwin's defense is going to be tested tonight. You said just there, you laid it out, explained the kind of balanced attack they can bring to you from the inside outside. But altogether, I think this is probably going to be a pretty fast-paced game, another one of those. And Baldwin, they kind of like those games. You get Caleb Carr out running and making some plays for his teammates out there. And hopefully Joey Zembecki's as hot as he was in that first half in Eudora, because he kind of kept the Bulldogs in that game early with his shooting from the outside.
Yeah, he started 4 of 4 from downtown, ended up 4 of 7, but 15 points on Friday night for Zembecki. But the Bulldogs fell in that one. They'll try to bounce back tonight. It's 6-1 Baldwin, 3-3 Ottawa. The keys to the game on the State Farm Insurance game plan coming up next.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Let's take a look at tonight's game plan here on the Boys Baldwin State Bank pregame show. The game plan is brought to you by Cody with State Farm Insurance. As we take a look at a couple of our keys for the Bulldogs in this game, we kind of mentioned the rebounding. It's a big, important piece of every night, but I think tonight that team rebounding element, because of the style of Ottawa, they like to play from the inside, so they've got guys down there who are ready to rebound, but then they do fire up some threes, which lead to long rebounds, which means you got to have everybody. Guards, posts, everybody have to be rebounding and in concert tonight when it comes to hitting the glass for the Bulldogs. And then fast start after playing catch up all night in that game Friday night. You don't want to have to be in that spot again, constantly chasing. You want to be the one leading in this game, so a fast start important tonight for the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah, last game was kind of an anomaly for that. Baldwin, they've gotten off to some pretty fast starts this year, so I'm thinking tonight they're going to come out ready to play and hot and wanting to get back into their winning ways, because they're a pretty confident group going into that Eudora game, undefeated, 6-0, and a little bit of a setback, but we'll see how they bounce back tonight.
That's your game plan, brought to you by Cody at State Farm Insurance, 785-594-0270, or online at codyismyagent.com. Go stop by 208 Baker Street in Baldwin City, have a chat, have some coffee, and find out what your game plan is to help you protect the people and things you value most. Starting lineups to the opening tip are coming up next. You've been watching the Baldwin State Bank Boys pregame show for over 120 years. Baldwin State Bank has helped serve our community. Go enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center in Baldwin City. As we get a look at the lineups there on your screen, Van Staden, Curtis, Hepner, Mason, and Hetner, the five of the Cyclones. Mason, again, in my opinion, the guy that is the key cog in their offense. And on the other side for the Baldwin Bulldogs, Torres, Grossner, Cooper, and Caleb Carr, and Sam Darnell, who was a bit under the weather on Friday night in that game against Eudora, but he's good to go. He's back in the starting lineup tonight for the Bulldogs. For Baldwin, it's Caleb Carr that leads the way in scoring at 15.5 a game. Grossner at 7.5 rebounds is the top guy there. And Caleb Carr also the team's assist leader. Baldwin 6-1 this year. The head coach is Donnie Blanchett, assisted by Pete Carr and Drew Tribaugh. And for Ottawa, they come in tonight 3-3. Cliff McCullough, the head coach, Evan Schaefer, and Spencer Feldkamp assist him. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center in Baldwin City, your creative home in Baldwin. Don't miss out on the great events, live music, arts and crafts, unique experiences, youth and adult classes, and so much more. Learn more at lumberyardartscenter.org. Time for the night's opening tip-off, brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission as we get set to get this game started. Start thinking about soccer registration. It is underway. And if you see some skills from these guys on the floor tonight, you think, you know what, I could still do that as well. Open gym every Sunday throughout January and February, 2 to 5 p.m. at Baldwin High School. We'll learn more about these programs and more. Register online at baldwinrec.org. You still play some pickup ball, Ryan?
Every now and then I try to. My body says otherwise, but
yeah, you're telling me. All right, here we go. Darnell and Mason to jump center, and this ball game is underway. 25 consecutive wins over the Baldwin Bulldogs for the Ottawa Cyclones. 2009, the last time Baldwin came out victorious against Ottawa. Is tonight the night they end that? Out of the corner, 3 from Hepner, and a little bit of deja vu, perhaps, for the Baldwin fans as they see the first 3 fired up and right through the cylinder from the opponent. 12 threes went down in that game from Eudora. 1 already for Ottawa. That's a travel called on Caleb Carr. Competing student sections across the way. Only separated by an aisle in the bleachers.
2 athletic directors.
Another 3 on the way. This one off the heel. And Darnell battling for the rebound. They're going to call this a jump ball, which means it's Baldwin basketball. 3-0 off of a opening possession 3 by Carter Hepner. The Cyclones match up here with the Bulldogs, who turned it over their first time down on this end, and now they've turned it over on back-to-back possessions on this end of the floor. And now a foul by Cooper Carr. Well, time to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Reset things here.
Something you don't see very often, back-to-back turnovers from both of the Carr brothers.
Baldwin averaging just 13 turnovers a game. They've been respectable in that department so far this season. 2 early ones tonight. Van Staten pulls it away. He hit the big free throws to tie the game and send it to overtime in their win last Friday against Tonganoxie. Their 3rd straight win for Ottawa after they started this season 0-3. Mason's pass deflected, but he gets it back. Puts it up over top of Carr. No good. Rebounded by Darnell.
That's that matchup right there between Mason and Darnell. That's going to be interesting to watch all game long. 2 big guys battling it out down on the post.
Carr turns down the screen, fires it out to his younger brother Cooper, but the 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Hepner. Bulldogs at least get a shot up this time after a couple of turnovers to start. Nothing doing though, down by 3 early. Skipped across to Caleb Hepner. Another skip pass now. Van Staten goes baseline, slips that pass through defenders, but turns it over. Carr to Grossner. Riker attacks, lays it up, no good. And a rebound to Ottawa. Deflection by Cooper Carr, then a collision, and they're going to call a foul on Cooper. One official was just going to say out of bounds. The other came up with a foul, and unfortunately, that means that's 2 on Cooper Carr. So the freshman guard will be headed to the bench. Good news is you get instant offense coming off of the bench. Joey Zimbecki checks in for the Bulldogs. The 5'9 junior averages 11 points a game, or just under. 2nd leading scorer on the team this year for the Bulldogs, coming off a 15-point night against Eudora. Mason powers his way in, but can't convert, and that will be Ottawa basketball, they say. They may change it, though. The officials are going to talk it over. It was less than a decisive call on Ottawa basketball to begin with. The official who had made the call initially was kind of shielded off and on the opposite side of the paint, so gets some help from the opposite side official, and they rule it is a Baldwin basketball now instead. Nearly 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter. Baldwin still looking to score for the first time, but they've only surrendered one bucket, so it's a 3-0 game. Backdoor feed. Torres, count it, and a three-point chance for Talon Torres.
Excellent play right there. If you're in the corner and your ball handler starts dribbling towards you, that's your cue to cut right towards the basket. Nice find from Carr.
And a foul on Carter Mason. Torres, 55% this year at the line. Small sample size, only 6 of 11, but he does miss, and it's Mason with the rebound. 3-2 ball game. 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter. I thought we might get a high-scoring affair tonight. Certainly not starting that way, but these two teams both can get going in a hurry. That floater drops in for Caleb Hepner. Zembecki wanted to get up a shot up early. He loves to fire it away. No lack of confidence at the offensive end. Carr splitting defenders. Nice dribble drive by Caleb Carr for the lay-in.
It's a nice hard jab step right into that drive. You're not going to shut it off. That's all day for Caleb.
As is so often the case, Caleb, whether he's scoring or assisting, he's got a hand in a lot of the buckets that Baldwin comes away with. Braden Statham will check in now, replacing Riker Grossner. Carr about as consistent as it comes to the numbers. He's had at least 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in every game this year. Into Mason. They'd like to play through him, and he is fouled. Let's see whether it's Statham or Darnell that they get. It'll be Statham who picks up his first.
Yeah, I thought Darnell was doing a nice job playing defense, hands up there, just trying to body him up. Unfortunately, they got Statham reaching in.
So Mason to the line, misses the first. That will bring Aiden McCullough into the game for Ottawa. And 0 for 2 for Mason. Rebounded by Darnell. Carr pushes, shuffles to Statham. Quick fire for a 3, not there. And Van Staten the rebound for Ottawa. McCullough gets it up and in. 7-4 Cyclones, 3.5 to go first quarter. Carr on the blow by. High off the window, doesn't drop. Van Staten will slow things up for the Cyclones, who lead by 3. Hand off to Van Staten. Flips it to the corner. Hepner drills his second 3. (10-4) Ottawa with 3 to go in the opening quarter. Something about the Cyclones. They have had Baldwin's number. 25 straight wins. Torres out of the corner. Airballs the 3. Van Staten the rebound.
Yeah, I think if you're Baldwin, you can't just get caught up into that 1 or 2 passes and start jacking up threes. Their best offense in the half court comes when they're moving the ball around, swinging it from side to side and getting that defense moving.
Backdoor bounce pass sets up an easy lay-in for Caleb Hepner on the feed by Mason, and a timeout Baldwin. 12-4 Ottawa off to an electric start here with 2:35 to go in the opening quarter. They lead it by 8 on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. If you're looking to find your next dream property or you're thinking about listing, then go with the best in the business. Your local Baldwin City brokers, Shad and Penny Sheldon at Hayden Outdoors. Online at HaydenOutdoors.com. 2:35 left in the opening quarter. That fast start that we were hoping for out of the Bulldogs, well, that didn't happen so far. On the rebounding edge, nothing to complain about necessarily there, but if you're Baldwin, right now you've got to just kind of get out of that haze of what you've been in now the last now 4.5 quarters.
Yeah, I think that last defensive possession was kind of the epitome of the way this game's gone on that end of the floor, just kind of losing your man on a backdoor cut. easy layup from a bounce pass, and Coach Blanchett was not happy in that last timeout, kind of trying to get his guys to focus up a little bit more and play together and kind of pick up the intensity, I think, on the defensive end. That's the main thing we need to see.
After a 6-0 start for the Bulldogs, they suffered their first loss on Friday, and what you don't want is for one to become multiple. Still in a tremendous spot, still off to a great start this season, and certainly not that far down here, down 8, and that Zimbecki 3 won't go. Darnell taps it to Grossner, fires it right back up from 15. That doesn't drop. It's another offensive rebound, and thanks to a couple of second chance opportunities, the Bulldogs get 2 from Caleb Carr.
Might be one of those nights where you got to score some of the ugly points. That was a nice job by Darnell tapping that first offensive rebound out.
Foul by Caleb Carr. Hit him in the head, the official says. That's his first, the team's 4th. Baseline inbound for Ottawa. Cyclones on top 12-6. Hepner from the corner missed everything. Zimbecki the rebound. Carr at the controls. Gives to Zimbecki. Runs out of room in the baseline. Spots Torres in the corner. Back around it comes. Carr to attack. Into the middle of the paint. Floater rims out. And it's boarded by McCullough.
It's pretty good offense, so everybody getting the touch, moving the ball quickly.
Zimbecki had to try to defend 2 guys. A missed 3 by Turner. Rebounded by Grossner. Carr again attacks off the right angle. Lays it up and in. Count it for Caleb Carr. 3-point chance for the senior All-State guard.
A heck of a continuation there.
Cliff McCullough kind of saying the same thing, but it's a foul on Caden Turner. 3-point chance for Caleb. Stay them back in for Baldwin.
Yeah, I mean, you don't usually see those kind of calls in high school. For me, you should keep the continuation going. You've started your motion towards the basket, but a lot of times at this level, they don't give you that continuation called on the floor. But see if Caleb can convert.
He does, and he has 7 of the 9 to start this game for Baldwin. Caleb scored 19 for the Bulldogs on Friday in Eudora. Averages a team high 15.5. Mason bounces it into Meyer to a McCullough. Tough turnaround. Gross to the board, and the Bulldogs down 9 with the ball under a minute to go in the quarter. A nice response out of that timeout that was taken by Coach Blanchett when they fell down by 8. They've responded with 5 in a row. Torres for the tie from the corner. Bingo! An 8-0 run for the Bulldogs.
I think just had a...
Yeah, Statham had a shoestring that needed tied back up, and the timeout.
Yeah,
it's not, but the whistle happened right after the made 3. You just felt like it was a spot for a timeout, but both teams a little confused there. And
kind of worked as one, stunting the momentum Baldwin gained from that made 3.
But an 8-0 run nonetheless for the Bulldogs, and a big answer out of that timeout. Can they close out this final 35 seconds of the half, though? Blaine, skip pass across. Van Staten on the attack, nothing there. Back up top it comes to Turner.
Caleb's got to be careful defensively. He's already picked up a foul.
Floater off the glass for Caden Turner, puts the Cyclones back in front by 2. 10 seconds left. Carr trying to direct traffic, wants a clear out here. And a bump. Van Staten picks up a foul with 4.7. Third team foul, first personal. Darnell back in, so 4 seconds here for the Bulldogs to get a shot up. Torres for the lead. Missed it short, will go to the second. 14-12, Ottawa by 2 after 1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Two-point game as we start the second quarter. Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors. Check it online at varsitysportslive.com, the host network for all of your Baldwin Sports Live broadcasting. Others from across the network here as we have a good game brewing here. Rivalry game between Ottawa and Baldwin. A 25-game win streak for the Cyclones against the Bulldogs going back to 2009, the last Baldwin victory. And after Ottawa jumped out to a 12-4 lead, the Bulldogs closed out the quarter on an 8-2 run to get back within two. Had it tied, in fact, for a moment. Hepner into Mason. A lot of traffic in there and unable to convert. Rebounded by Caleb Carr for Baldwin, who has 7 of their 4. Caleb bounces it into Grossner, who lost his footing, and a travel is called. I'm not so sure that he actually did travel because he lost the ball, but it's probably best that they called it because it was a break going the other way, if not for Ottawa.
Better a dead ball turnover than a live ball one.
Exactly.
Get the sweat mopper-uppers out there. That was always my dream job, just to have a mop out there.
You know, it pays pretty well if you can get up to the NBA level doing it. It's one of those that's like a, you know, there's 32 of those gigs out there, though.
I think you got to know somebody.
Maybe 64. You got it both ends of the floor, right? 14-12 Ottawa into Mason. Again, they love to go everything really through that post and through Mason, but that three out of the corner by Curtis is well short. Rebounded by Darnell. Carr hesitates around the corner. Goes to Torres in the corner. Back to Carr on the wing. Drive and kick and a travel is called on Caleb.
A look of confusion from Caleb, from me as well.
So it stays a 2-point Ottawa lead with 6:50 left to play in this first half. Cyclones have won 3 in a row coming into play tonight. Baldwin coming off of their first loss of the year this past Friday night, but 3-0 here at home. Baldwin in a zone defense right now, trying to congest things up inside, not let Ottawa operate out of that low post area.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it in the open when this game first started, is Ottawa likes to play inside out. They like to get at least a touch or two down into that post right there.
And they do get it inside finally, and Curtis knocks it down. You'll notice, I mean, when the ball comes in to out, they're not afraid to fire up threes, but they don't really take many threes when it's just working it around the perimeter. Zembecki misses the floater and Mason the rebound. They're patient, as they showed last time down. It took them a while before they finally got it to the post. But they will work it around until that opportunity presents itself.
I think that's kind of became part of the game plan against Baldwin, is slow the game down a little bit, slow the pace down, take some air out of the ball, and be patient in your possessions. Get the best shot you can.
Skip around to Van Staden. Now back up high. It comes to Hepner.
Either that or just make like 43s like you tore.
Baldwin now back into the man-to-man. Still have not had a touch inside, and they're still looking for it. That is a dangerous pass there by Van Staden. They say Baldwin basketball, and I thought that looked like a Baldwin defender deflected that out, but it'll be Baldwin basketball. So a stop for the Bulldogs, just a second turnover for Ottawa as Cooper Carr checks back in. He picked up 2 first-quarter fouls. Was put on the bench, but he's back in there now with 5 minutes to go in this first half, and the Bulldogs down by 4.
It was such a dangerous pass down low. I think he deserved a turnover.
One of those karma passes. This is Carr inside, up and under, trying to wheel it in there. Doesn't go. Curtis back up top, around to Van Staten. Mason for the high post. Good job by Darnell. Great defense by Sam. Cooper Carr. Out to Torres. 3 on the way. 3 in for Talon Torres.
Yeah, put that exchange on a highlight reel. That's exactly how you play interior defense. Then starting the break and drilling a 3. That's what you're looking for.
1-point game with 4:28 left to play in this first half as the Ottawa Cyclones take a timeout here. Their lead down to 1. Baldwin has never led yet in this game, but they are trying to come away with a lead here before the half ends. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job with a great family-owned company, a growing company that's right here in Baldwin City, then look no further than Rice Precision Manufacturing. Dedicated to the betterment of their employees, they offer excellent pay, competitive benefits, climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff. Start your next career at Rice Precision Manufacturing with an email to jobs@riceprecision.com. The points have been at a bit of a premium in this one, but these two teams not lacking any effort early on. Both teams playing hard in a 1-point game. Hepner lost it on the drive, right into the waiting arms of Caleb Carr. Out to Grosner, and he traveled. Yep, that's a good call.
It's had a kind of a scrappy feel to it. Feels like a rivalry game, that's for sure. Rivalry, can't say that word. Rivalry week is just a disaster for me.
Another big game coming up Friday night here in Baldwin with Lewisburg coming to town. And then the BIT next week, so it's a nice long stretch of home games here for the Bulldogs. Another nice job in the interior by Darnell on the defense. What a throw, or the pass in there, threading it into Darnell was Carr, but Sam's layup doesn't go.
I'll tell you what, that glass is extra hard tonight. Seems like everybody tries to bank it in on that end.
Loose ball, Carr trying to tap it out to Cooper. Doesn't happen though. And Ottawa will reset things.
It's a heck of a pass from Caleb Carr on the transition offense, though.
Hepner turns down the screen. Darnell doesn't allow him to get free. Grosner had it knocked free and ends up diving out of the floor to try to save it. Great effort, but it'll stay Ottawa basketball as Cole McGrath checks in for the first time.
Once again, just excellent effort, excellent defense from Darnell there on the baseline, cutting it off, making him reverse pivot out.
Joey Zembecki back in for Baldwin. Carter Mason also now returns for Ottawa. 3:14 left in the half, 16-15 Ottawa. Cyclones have led by as many as 8. Baldwin has never led. They were tied once at 12. Van Staden pops a 3 up there. Grosner, nice rebound. Leads the team this year in boards. Starts the break. Zembecki to Cooper. Now to Caleb. Kick out Grosner. 3 from the wing. In and out. Good effort by Zembecki, crashing the glass, and the guard gets in there, ties up McGrath, and earns another possession for Baldwin as the arrow favors Baldwin. Braden Statham back in for Darnell. Caden Turner checks in for Van Staden for Ottawa. Baldwin looking to take their first lead of the game. Had a great look from Grosner, did everything but go in. Carr giving him the left side. Cooper Carr drives baseline, a collision there, and a blocking foul on Carter Mason, who picked up his second. 14 fouls aside with 2:46 to play in the half. Here comes your sweat mop again, Ryan.
Again. I just wasn't good enough.
Getting a lot of airtime tonight.
Yep.
Aiden Michael checks in for Ottawa. See what they can execute here on the baseline inbound. Didn't have anything come open, so they lob it up to Zimbecki. Foul will put Joey Zimbecki at the line. 2 shots coming up here to potentially put Baldwin on top for the first time. Cole McGrath picks up the personal, his first, team's 5th. Zimbecki 3 out of 4 at the line this year. Darnell pops back into the game for Grossner. We're tied at 16. Ottawa has scored just 1 basket in this second quarter. Baldwin has scored just 1 basket plus a free throw in this second quarter. Missed 3 there by McCullough. Rebound Darnell, and once again Baldwin a chance to take their first lead of the game here. Turner goes diving into the bench. Good effort, but it's Baldwin basketball still with 2:18 left in this half. Knotted up 16 apiece. Into Darnell. Right back out to Carr. Caleb step back mid-range. Jay for the short corner is good, and Baldwin leads for the first time tonight, 18-16. Nobody home as they reversed it back out, and Michael threw it right into the bleachers. Grossner back for Baldwin. Blaine back for Ottawa. They're going back to that timeout that Donnie Blanchett took at the 2:35 mark of the first quarter. Baldwin has outscored Ottawa 14-4. They were down 12-4 at that time, so it was clearly a well-executed timeout and a great response as well. Caleb Carr with a long rebound on the missed 3 by Zimbecki. And Baldwin will take a timeout here with 1:41 left in the half. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Basketball on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
(18-16) Baldwin, 1:41 to play in the first half. Bryce Kessler, Ryan Hilmer here in Baldwin tonight. And what has been a fun start to this game. Baldwin leading for the first time right now at 18-16. They trailed by as many as 8 in the first quarter. It was a 2-point Ottawa lead at the end of the first quarter. And here comes Cooper Carr up the floor of the Bulldogs, trying to add to the lead with just over 90 seconds left in the half. Backdoor cut, feeds it to Caleb Carr, who has it blocked, but a foul. A late whistle comes in and a foul call. And the Ottawa fans, you kind of see them down in the bottom right corner of your screen there. They did not agree with that call. Owen Blaine picks up the foul, his first and the team's 6th. 2 shots for Caleb Carr. Left it short. 9 points, 4 boards, 2 assists in this first half for Carr.
Yeah, when I said earlier, this game definitely has a rivalry feel to it. It's not just on the floor, it's kind of in the stands as well. A lot of animosity around here.
Carr into double figures for the 8th time in 8 games this year with that free throw, and it's a 3-point Bulldog lead. And another Ottawa turnover. They've had several of them here in the closing minutes of the second quarter. Cooper back out to Caleb Carr. Van Staden, or make that a Hepner rather, close defense there. Cooper Carr on the drive, and the freshman trying to muscle one up, doesn't drop for him. Blaine the rebound for Ottawa. Van Staden on the angle, doesn't go either. Darnell the rebound, long outlet to Cooper Carr, quickly to Zimbecki, crosses the paint, gets it off the glass, spins it in, and a three-point chance for Joey Zimbecki.
Joey only shows up when you really need him. It's crazy. Baldwin kind of reeling a little bit offensively. Zimbecki, what an acrobatic lay-in. And the foul.
It's on Carter Hepner, his first three-point chance for Zimbecki. Averages 11 points per game. Has come off of the bench in all but one game this year. And he completes the three-point play to make it 22-16 Baldwin. Ottawa has just 2 points in this second quarter. They have gone now 6 minutes without scoring. This is Carr, coast to coast. 24-16 Bulldogs, 12-0 run.
You want to keep the gas pedal down here. Try to get that lead up as much as you can right before the half.
It was Eudora that went on a 16-0 run to close the first half against Baldwin on Friday night. And the Bulldogs now using a late run of their own. Three-pointer and a big one from Aiden McCullough. 24-19.
Cyclones really needed that.
Did they ever? That was a 6-minute scoring drought. 5-point game. What a pass by Carr to Darnell with a second to spare. And the Bulldogs lead it 26-19 at the break on a beautiful assist by Caleb Carr and the bucket from Darnell. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime shows coming up next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Halftime here in Baldwin and the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent Kelly Neufeld, there to help you protect what matters most. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. First half here. Man, there's a young man out there who is just tearing it up in the Papa shot. He has earned himself 3 2-liters already. He's going to be all jacked up on Mountain Dew before this night's over. He's got a Coke, orange soda, and maybe a...
He's two-handing them away.
I mean, that's good work, young man. Good work.
Why don't you get down there, Bryce? Get a couple shots
I think they cut him off.
Oh, yeah.
I think they said, all right, we got to save some soda for everybody else, man.
Take a lot with him.
All right, 26-19 game here at the half. Baldwin fell down 12-4 early. We said they needed a fast start tonight. That didn't happen, but they did get a nice response. And after they fell down 12-4, Donnie Blanchett took a timeout. Head coach got into the guys a little bit,
Yeah.
and they responded, which is what you want to see out of your team. And then they closed the half from that point on, which I say closed the half like it was just a few minutes. I mean, that was a quarter and 2:35. So over the last 10.5 minutes, they outscore Ottawa 22-7 and 22-4 before Aiden McCullough hit a huge three for Ottawa that they desperately needed. But a nice end of that half. Good second quarter, really good second quarter, actually.
I think that was really the story of the first half, was that big timeout. And, yeah, like you said, Donnie Blanchett kind of tore into the guys a little bit, demanding a little more effort, a little more intensity. And they really responded on the defensive end of the floor. I think they forced a lot of turnovers, got some easy buckets going the other way, and also just executed in the half court. And their offense, when they get the ball moving, they get some player movement around and just let Caleb Carr kind of control things and do his thing and get guys open looks. It all looks beautiful to watch, and I think it was a nice job in that first half from Baldwin. If they can keep it going in the second, should be another Baldwin sweep tonight.
On the defensive end, they really did a good job as well of taking away what Ottawa wants to do most. And we've talked about it. They like to play from the post out, and they were making it tough on them to get those post touches, which really bogged down that Ottawa offense.
Yeah, I'll say everybody contributed defensively, but Sam Darnell put in a heck of a shift there a couple of times, really dealing with some of their big guys down low. I thought Riker Grosner as well played really nicely on the defensive end and doing what he always seems to do, clearing some rebounds for the Bulldogs area that they've been pretty good tonight, not giving up too many second chance opportunities and kind of getting some themselves on the other end. So gaining some possessions there from the turnovers and offensive rebounds. Just got to keep that up here in the second half. Hopefully they come out a little bit hotter than they did to start the game here, to start the second half.
7 first-half rebounds for Darnell, as you talk about his impact he had down inside. And that, we talked about the matchup of him and Carter Mason to start this game. Well, both of them have just actually, Darnell has 2 points. Mason doesn't have a point in that first half, but Darnell 7 rebounds, Mason just 2 rebounds. He won that matchup in the first half, and the Bulldogs have a 7-point lead here. 26-19 is our halftime score. We'll check all the numbers for you when we come back right after this word from Farm Bureau.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
26-19 is our halftime score. Baldwin on top of Ottawa. The Bulldogs trying to snap a 25-game losing streak to Ottawa. Last time they beat the Cyclones, 2009, if you can believe it. And they are halfway home to one tonight. 26-19. Let's check the numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. They'll help make sense of all the tax season situations, all the confusion that can come along with that. Well, don't be confused by it. Don't let your business have issues when it comes to that tax season. Go to New Frontier Tax and Business Services, and they'll help make sense of it all. Timely, accurate, reliable services, all at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. Baldwin led by Caleb Carr's 12 first-half points. Joey Zembecki, 4 off of the bench. Talon Torres with 8, including a couple of big three-pointers. Sam Darnell with 2. Darnell led the team on the glass with 7 boards. Carr with 4. And Carr led the way with 3 first-half dimes. For Ottawa, leading scorer was Carter Hepner with 6. Aiden McCullough off the bench with 5. Caleb Hepner with 4. And Austin Curtis, Caden Turner each with 2. Van Staten was their top rebounder. The 5'8 senior had 4 boards as their top guy on the glass. The Cyclones made 3 threes, 2 from Hepner, 1 from McCullough. Baldwin on their end knocked down just a pair of threes, both coming from Talon Torres. The Dogs went 4 of 7 at the line. Ottawa 0 for 2 only at the line, so didn't make any, but they hardly got there as well. 6 Baldwin turnovers, 4 Ottawa turnovers in that first half. 2 ties, 1 lead change. Baldwin with a 7-point lead. They trailed by as many as 8. They've led by as many as 8. And it's a 7-point game right now at 26-19. So the Bulldogs hope for their first win since 2009 over the Ottawa Cyclones. Halfway home to it. Come right back for the second half to find out if they can get the job done. It's Baldwin 26, Ottawa 19. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Kelly Neufeld and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Go find out what it's like to be supported by Farm Bureau. 785-594-1055, the set of a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it. Second half is next.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
We head off the second half here tonight, 26-19, Baldwin on time. Let's take a look at what's coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. Friday, Lewisburg at Baldwin. That's our next game here this week on the broadcast network. And then next week, it's the Baldwin Invitational Tournament that we'll have for you. The girls play on Tuesday night next week, and then again on Thursday night next week, I believe it is, on the road. We will not have those broadcasts. We'll have the Invitational here in Baldwin, though, for you next week with Bishop Seabury, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, Girard, 7 o'clock on Friday, and then Saturday, opponent to be determined, time to be determined as well. But should be a fun week next week here in Baldwin at the Baldwin Invitational. You can check out our upcoming schedule as well in the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. It's your local newspaper that you can subscribe to for just $5 a month. Go downtown to the Nook at 703 8th Street to subscribe. Get all the latest news, opinion, sports, ads, and more with the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. Caleb Hepner fires up, or make that Carter Hepner rather, on that first look. They get a second chance as well, but eventually come away empty as the Bulldogs get an opening possession stop. Now we'll see if they can come away with some points to extend this 7-point lead. They will not, as Caleb, maybe a little bit too deep that time, didn't have quite the angle to score that one. Second half underway in what's been a tightly contested game so far. Blocking foul on Caleb Carr is called. That's his second. So Baldwin as a team, that's only their fifth foul, so you'd think, well, not much foul trouble then, but both Cooper and Caleb Carr each now with 2. Ottawa, meanwhile, Carter Mason, the only player with 2 for them. They committed 7 first-half fouls. It's pretty much a 180 from the girls' game, which had a lot of physicality and a lot of fouls. This game, not that it wasn't physical necessarily, but it didn't have the same number of fouls, certainly, as we saw in the girls' game earlier tonight. Curtis, elbow jumper not there. Carr the rebound. Caleb continuing to put together one of his typical stat lines. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists so far tonight. Cooper Carr trying to lean into that one. Able to get it back, though. Back up top it comes. They'll reset things. Darnell out to set the screen. Little give and go. 15-foot pull up, and a foul is called as Caleb got hit on the elbow, so he'll get 2 shots. The foul is charged to Austin Curtis. Carr is 2 of 3 at the line tonight. 73% this year. 70% last year at the foul line. Gets there a ton. He took 8 free throws a game last year, 170 attempts in the 21 games. So far this year, 40 trips to the line in 7 games, and he knocks down both of those. 9-point lead, largest of the game for the Bulldogs. Another miss inside, and the rebound for Darnell, his 8th, but then throws it out of bounds on the outlet.
A good team defense to start the second half here for the Bulldogs. Nice rebound there from Darnell, just didn't get the outlet pass right.
Mason goes to the rack and lays it in. That's his first bucket tonight. And the Bulldogs have really done a good job making life tough for Carter Mason inside. Carr wants a screen. Darnell kind of half-heartedly comes out to set one. Torres, ball maybe getting a little sticky on this end for Baldwin, perhaps. Not literally, but there's a nice quick pass out of the corner, and a three-pointer rewards it. Cooper Carr.
I was going to say, it was pretty good ball movement. Sharing the ball, just kind of working it around for an open shot. They couldn't find one. Ottawa doing a nice job, but finally able to kick it out and find an open three.
Cooper comes into this game just 18% from downtown this year, 3 of 17. He's bound to get going at some point. There's a good one there. Now underneath the Torres, are they going to get him a... No, okay, good. We've seen that happen times this year, Ryan, where Caleb gets rid of that ball and then gets called for a charge after a pass. I was afraid that he was going to pick up a third there on that same thing, but they call it a block instead on Caleb Hepner. 10-point Baldwin lead. Caleb Carr now. Wanted Darnell on the roll. Didn't quite get synced up, but Darnell's able to save it to Torres. Mason clears it. Van Staden doesn't have the range from 15. Gross near the board. Oh, big collision there. That's going to be a foul on Van Staden. No question, a block on that one. Joey Zimbecki checks in for Baldwin. McCullough and Turner check into the lineup for Ottawa. How big was Zimbecki in that second quarter? He had some big plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time they kind of need somebody to step up, Zimbecki seems to be.
3-point chance for Caleb Carr. So crafty when he has the ball. He has got a knack for putting defenders in bad positions.
Yeah, it's just he's got such a great overall feel for the game of basketball. He knows where to be, when to be there, and how quickly to get there.
17 points tonight from Caleb Carr. And it's a 13-point lead now for Baldwin. Timeout, Ottawa, with 4:26 to play in the third quarter. And it seems like a long time ago the Baldwin was down 12-4, and they haven't really done this in a quick spurt. It's just been a gradual, consistent effort from Baldwin to just continue to build one possession after the other, and here they are now with a 13-point lead, and things are looking pretty good for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's been a very scrappy performance, kind of a battle it out back and forth kind of game, but yeah, they've kind of just grown this lead out more and more as the game's worn on. Now they've got it up to 13. See if they can't keep the trend continuing here and get this one up and comfortable here as we go into the fourth quarter.
Start of the year 6-0 did Baldwin. It was their first 6-0 start since 2013. That year they started 7-0. They did not quite reach that mark with that loss Friday night at Eudora. But that 2013 team won 18 games, and this 2023 version of the Baldwin Bulldogs, 10 years later, they've got their hopes on another run like that, and no reason they can't get there. They're number 9 in the KBCA rankings to start this second semester. And No reason to hang your heads after a loss to a good and a very well-played game by the Eudora on Friday, and the Dogs bouncing back, trying to pick up a big win against Ottawa, a team they haven't defeated since 2009. 13-point lead now after the turnover. Here comes Caleb Carr, always in control. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists tonight. A zone here from Ottawa, kind of a matchup zone. This is Carr from the right wing. He knocks down a three.
It's called a zone buster right there.
Carr shoots now with that one 40% from beyond the arc this year. Does not take a high volume of them, but when he fires them up there, they're usually high percentage looks. He takes good three-point shots. This is a tough spinning layup in the paint by McCullough. Got his own rebound back, misses the putback try, but he will go to the free throw line. A Baldwin foul. It's on Grossner, his first. 'That's the first made free throw of the game for Ottawa on only their third attempt. Statham and Torres back in for Baldwin. Hepner returns for Ottawa. Seven points off of the bench now from Aiden McCullough. Carr again for three. That time it's short. Mason the rebound. Carter Hepner also short with a three. Torres the board. Carr. Underhand feed out to Grossner. In rhythm, drills the tray. 40-23 Bulldogs. 3 minutes to go in the third. Mason for the high post. Gets to his left side, missed it. Saved by McCullough. Bounce into traffic. And count the basket for McCullough. A three-point chance. He's fouled by Grossner. Second foul on Riker. Darnell checks back in for Grossner. McCullough's been huge off of the bench for Ottawa tonight. 9 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of those offensive rebounds, including one on this trip down that gives that second chance opportunity that he cashes in. Carr was trying to skip it across to Statham. Was fortunate that that didn't end in a turnover, and now it does. Ottawa gives it right back. Oh, no, they didn't. It's Cyclone basketball still. Here comes Grossner and Cooper Carr again. Mason a touch on the elbow. Back out, contested three. Darnell clears. 10 boards tonight for Sam Darnell. What's the call? Block. So Caleb forcing the issue that time, forcing that pressure into Carter Hepner, and certainly could have gone either way, but Carr using the momentum on the side of the Bulldogs right now to kind of steal a call there.
It's one of those tough calls. Anytime there's a block charge call, it's a tough call, but especially that far away from the basket. And when there's that much contact, you kind of feel like you have to blow your whistle one way or the other.
Baldwin by 14 took their first lead midway through, maybe a little beyond midway really through that second quarter at 18-16. And they've just continued to grow it since that point. That ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin needs to get a little bit more cutting off the ball against that zone defense if they stay in it here.
Grossner. $14-point lead, 1:20 to go. Third quarter. Baldwin trying to snap their longest active losing streak against any opponent, 25 straight. They have dropped to the Cyclones going back to 2009. Caden Turner floats one in. It's a 12-point game. Caleb for the high post. It was there. He had Darnell, but a deflection results in a turnover. Long pass up to Mason for the deuce, and it's a 10-point game again. Quickly around the arc into the corner to Cooper Carr. A deflection out of bounds again. Oh, no, it was redeflected off of Cooper Carr, and it's another Baldwin turnover as the Bulldogs need to kind of regroup themselves here. Oh, a technical foul actually is called.
15.
Okay, so I heard that quick whistling, and I thought they were changing the call, and he pointed towards the Ottawa side, but he was pointing at an Ottawa player, at Carter Hepner, and a technical foul has been called. It's the third personal foul, sixth team foul for Ottawa. One of the two free throws is good for Carr. And now it will be Baldwin basketball. .38 seconds left in this third quarter. Bulldogs should, anyway, have at least an 11-point lead going into the fourth. They can take care of business here on the offensive end in this final 30 seconds. Poked out of bounds by Turner. And another technical foul, this one on Caden Turner. And that has the Ottawa crowd riled up now. So a second technical foul called in the final minute of this third quarter on two separate players for the Cyclones.
And that one was interesting. Must have been something that was said because there wasn't a lot of, extracurricular activity, if you will.
Cliff McCullough in a long conversation with the official who made that call. 1 of 2 again for Carr at the line. A 12-point lead, and Baldwin will yet again inbound on the sideline. And the conversation between Cliff McCullough and the officials still ongoing. .18 seconds left. Third quarter with Baldwin up a dozen. Caleb, up top Torres, 2 seconds, got to get it up. He does with 2 hands, and that will end the quarter. Well, Baldwin leads by 12 as we go to the fourth here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Well, buckle up. I don't think we've seen the last of the fireworks here tonight. 42-30 as we go to the fourth quarter. Baldwin leading by 12. A game that Ottawa led early. They led 12-4 right out of the gates, and the Cyclones were fired up. Baldwin, though, has responded well since that early deficit. They took their first lead at 18-16. They have not given it back since, and now up by 12. They've led by as many as 17, Baldwin has. Grosner bounces it into Darnell, reverses it back out for Torres. Three-pointer rattled in, and the Baldwin lead is 15.
I mean, how many of those threes has Torres hit tonight? He's got a big one, each one of them.
3 times he's connected from downtown. 11 points tonight, second game this year in double figures for Torres. Mason attacks down the lane line, draws the double team, kicks it out to Turner, can't answer it, and Cooper Carr the rebound for Baldwin.
A nice job boxing out there by Grosser and Darnell.
Caleb flips it to Cooper. Baldwin will set things up by 15. Caleb Carr, that might go the other way, yep. And Caleb that time kind of lowered the shoulder, and McCullough there to draw the charge. I don't have any qualms with that call. It is a charge, and that will be his third and the team's 10th turnover.
Kind of a hard fall for the Ottawa player that time. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, McCullough has been big in this game off of the bench for the Cyclones. 10 points, 3 rebounds off of the bench, and shaken up after that collision with Caleb Carr. He is helped to the sideline by his teammates. So hopefully McCullough able to bounce back from that, as Ryan mentioned, tough fall there. 7:06 to go. Baldwin by 15. Since they trailed that game early 12-4, they have really just put a stranglehold on the momentum of this game, and Ottawa has never really been able to garner much of it other than a 7-0 run there late in the third quarter. It took a 17-point game, got it back down to 10. But Baldwin able to answer with a couple of late points. There's a turnover again for Ottawa as Riker Grosner steps in there to force that turnover. Good effort by Grosner, who hasn't done a bunch of scoring tonight, Ryan, but as you mentioned at halftime, he's still been a big impact in this game.
Yeah, him and Darnell kind of do all those little intangible things. Might be another charge, and
Yeah.
it is.
That time it's Caleb Hepner who draws the charge, and Caleb Carr picks up now his fourth.
I've talked about it a little bit. It's kind of my one thing with Caleb. He does so many things well, but at times can just get sped up a little too much, and then he started running over guys left and right. Sometimes you can't give the official the ability to call you for a charge or a foul.
Yeah, especially after you've just been called for one.
Yeah.
That seeds in the mind now already, okay, there's one charge, and it's a lot of times you'll see those get backed up with another one. Cooper Carr, drive and kick, Zimbecki. Offensive board, Darnell is being held. Mason had a hold of Darnell's right arm, and it didn't stop Sam from going up there and plucking his 11th rebound of the game. The foul on, I said Mason. I thought it was Mason that had him tied up, but now they got it up there, yep. So it's the third on Carter Mason, and it is the 18th foul, so a 1-on-1 chance for Darnell. Just 2 points tonight from Darnell, but 11 rebounds and 2 assists. And Staten back in for Ottawa.
Been kind of interesting tonight. Coach Blanchett shortening up the bench a little bit. Seen a lot of Statham tonight. And haven't seen Caden Englert yet, or Collum gets a little bit of playing time every now and then.
And Schoenberger, who had been playing there as well. But the Bulldogs lead by 16. 6:15 left to go.
I say that Statham's done a pretty good job when he's been out there, too.
McCullough, who is back out there. So McCullough, who was shaken up on that play, I had to double check that I had the right guy because he didn't look any worse for the wear out there, but he is back, so that's a good for him. And another foul, though, after a frustrating miss, will send Grossner to the line. 2 shots, or check that, 1-on-1 for Grossner. That's 9 team fouls now. Grossner last year was 79% at the line, led the team in free throw shooting. This year, he's 9 of 19 coming into tonight. So I'm guessing that number is going to start going the other direction as he gets a few more attempts, and he makes those 2 look pretty easy, and it's a 48-30 lead, the largest lead of the night now for Baldwin. Zembecki with the theft. The behind-the-back feed to Grossner. Cooper Carr trying to penetrate. Good find in the corner. Zembecki again on the attack. Can't score it, but Darnell cleans it up. Torres. Another big shot from Talon Torres. That's 14 for Torres. And his 4th 3 set up by an offensive rebound and an assist by Darnell.
Yeah, I mean, in Eudora, it was Zembecki that was just unconscious from downtown tonight. It's been Torres.
Blocking foul here will give 2 shots to Caleb Heppner. Well, that has been something that, Ryan, you and I have talked about, that they have their guys. I mean, we all know Caleb Carr is kind of the heart and soul of what runs this team, but they have so many guys that just on any given night step up and can be a big-time performer for you. And if you're going to be a team that's going to win a bunch of games, it takes guys like that, because everybody's not going to be on their best game every night, so you got to have somebody that can pick it up, and that seems to be the case with this team.
Right, exactly. I think that's a trait that you see from some of the great teams out there, no matter what level, is a lot of different guys that can just get hot and go off on any given night, because sometimes, you know, Caleb's going to have an off game. Zembecki's not going to be able to knock some down, but who you got? You got Grossner and you got Torres and a bunch of other guys that can step up and make some plays as well.
6 different guys have scored in double figures this year for Baldwin. And the Bulldogs lead by 19 with 5 minutes to go. Carr into traffic, draws the foul, and will head to the line for 2 more. And they have been led by Carr yet again tonight. 22 points tonight from Caleb. His season high is 23, and that came in the Burlington games, 3rd game of the year, a 71-41 win.
He's missed a lot of free throws tonight, too. I'll say that.
And as you say it, he misses another one. Yeah,
I hate to be nitpicky, but that's the way I am.
He's 7 of 11 now at the line.
Okay. Oh,
now
geez.
7 of 12, so.
Sorry, Caleb, that was my fault.
Three-pointer on the way, off right iron. Van Staten, though, able to put it back in.
No, there's still 4:40 left to go in this one, but it's felt pretty comfortable throughout this for Baldwin.
That feels a little more comfortable. Zembecki buries a tray. McCullough looking for an answer, and he does. Big shot again. What a game McCullough's had off the bench. 13 now for him.
Yeah, he's kind of playing that Zembecki role that he played for Baldwin and Eudora, as this game could be really ugly if it wasn't for his shooting from the outside.
2 more free throws for Baldwin's Caleb Carr coming up here after the foul on Van Staten. That is their 10th. And that matches Caleb's season high with 23 points now. And now make it 24, a new season high for Carr. 8 shy of a career high night for him. Darnell once again, good interior defense. Offensive rebound, though, and the second chance is made good by Hepner. Ooh. And Carr's night is over on that offensive foul.
Yeah, that's one that's tough when it's that far away from the basket, and he kind of just flopped down trying to get a foul call. And yeah, had a great night tonight, though. Caleb Carr, once again, we've said it over and over, the leader of this team. So many good players on this team, a lot of cogs in the system, but he's the guy that makes it all happen. It starts with Caleb.
24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists tonight from the senior guard. And you feel a lot less worse about him fouling out with a 17-point lead here, but there's still 4 minutes to go, so this game is certainly not completely wrapped up yet. That ball almost sent. Whoa. Okay. I was going to say, that ball got swatted up off the rim.
Yeah.
Now, in the official's defense of there, it's an overhang kind of. He's underneath of it, so it's just kind of funny, the optics of how we see it from here. But
I thought maybe I didn't know the house rules. I thought they were playing off the balcony.
Cooper Carr. That's a block, and that's a good call. I'm glad they called it that way because that's so unfair as an offensive player if they give a guy a charge when you're that deep.
Yeah.
And we've seen it happen this year from time to time. But right there, good call. Count the bucket for Cooper Carr, and a 3-point chance for him.
That's good to see that one drop, too, for Cooper. He's played a really nice game, just hasn't seen a whole lot of shots go through the bucket, and that's another one there. That's kind of been his year so far. He's contributing to the team in a lot of different ways, just not getting a lot of buckets down.
Spinning into the paint. Runner misses by McGrath. Rebounded Grosner, Darnell rather, and the Bulldogs up 19. Darnell has matched his career high with 13 rebounds in this game, at least the unofficial number I have for him. And timeout Baldwin here with 3:25 to go. Well, the Baldwin Bulldogs look to be well on their way to snapping a 25-game losing streak to the Ottawa Cyclones. 2009, the last time they defeated the Cyclones, and here they are up 19 with 3:25 left to play in this one. We'll be back on the air Friday. Lewisburg coming to town. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors. Go online to learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Your local Baldwin City brokers, Shad and Penny Sheldon, there to help you find your next dream property or thinking about listing your farm, ranch, or recreational property. They're the best in the business, the brand that sells the land, Hayden Outdoors. .325 to the finish line. Darnell back to Grosner. Thought they were going to get Cooper going right to the bucket off of that inbound play, but they're in no hurry here with the big lead. Torres able to collect it with one hand and trying to get Zembecki on the bounce pass. And now Zembecki went in there trying to start a rugby scrum.
You know, it's interesting. This is probably going to be the longest stretch of time that Baldwin's played without Caleb Carr on the floor because he's usually out there, but hasn't fouled out.
I think, it's probably either this or it was you were at the game, the Lewisburg game. He fouled out of the Lewisburg game late as well, and this probably is a little bit longer, but similar time frame. That was actually a closer game, which made it almost even more impressive. They were able to close out that game in an 11-point win over Lewisburg. Zembecki, how about it, Joey?
He's just a little firecracker. I love watching him play.
Spins it in off the glass. 9 now for Zembecki off the bench. That's the luxury to have a guy that accepts that sixth-man role coming off the bench. You can go in there and put up 11, 12 points a night for you off the bench. You got to have that, and they certainly do with Zembecki.
Yeah, I mean, that sixth-man role is very underrated. I feel like, a lot of people kind of scoff at it, but if you want to come in and get some buckets right away, you come in kind of when the other team starters are still in there. They're a little bit gassed, and that's a role that, you've seen a lot of people in the NBA and college basketball really excelling in, and I think Zembecki's got that makeup of a really nice sixth man.
Javion Shepard, Cody Rivers, and Miguel Perez all check in for the Cyclones here as Cliff McCullough goes towards the end of the bench now as Shepard fires up a three, no good. Grossner the rebound. Here's Zimbecki. Does he have another double-digit scoring night in him? A bucket would get him there. Grossner eventually fouled. So a couple of free throws coming up for Reichert. Five points, 5 boards tonight from Grossner. Braden Statham back on for Baldwin. Looks like the night is done for Darnell, who, by my tally, has matched his career high with 13 rebounds tonight. And Grossner starting to work that free throw percentage back up there with a couple. 4 for 4 tonight. He checks out, and in comes freshman Leo Schoenberger.
Yeah, it's another one of those just gutsy, scrapping it out games from both of those guys that just took a seat, Sam Darnell and Riker Grossner.
Shepard from the baseline. Torres the rebound. And we knew coming into this year, I think, that Darnell was going to be a force on the glass as Schoenberger gets fouled. Based on what we saw from him last year, just knowing the physicality, the body type of Darnell, we knew he was going to be a big factor when it came to the glass. Grossner was the guy that we had talked about needed to be that other guy that took that step. Last year, as a sophomore, maybe a little tentative when it came to crashing the glass. Anything but this year, and he has turned into a really good player inside for the Bulldogs and leads the team in rebounding this year and just has a whole different demeanor to him about wanting to just get in there, get physical, get involved, and that's been another big piece of why the Bulldogs have taken this big jump this season.
Yeah, I mean, I would even throw Talon Torres in there as well as kind of that same vibe there as we kind of talked about before the season coming in, what needed to happen if this boys team wanted to make the jump to kind of that next level that they've reached. And I think Torres and Grossner, guys like that, stepping up, playing even better than they have been in the past. It's been fun to watch.
Shepard, count it for him on a putback try, and Javion Shepard will go to the line for a three-point opportunity. Well, the free throw line has been a huge bonus in this game for the Bulldogs as well. 17 of 27. Not that the percentage is spectacular, but 17 of 27 compared to now just 5 of 8 for Ottawa.
Man.
So that's a big advantage on the free throw line.
A lot of fouls here late.
22-point lead with 93 ticks to go, so it would appear the result is apparent as both Englert and Nye have come into the game now as well for Baldwin.
The Bulldogs right up around their season average.
Yeah, just over it. They came out averaging 61, so. Ottawa, meanwhile, they averaged 55.5 coming in, and tonight just 41, so. The defense has been good tonight.
Yeah, really, really good defense.
Garrett McLaughlin, 6'1" sophomore, checks in for the Bulldogs. Schoenberger now with a couple of points in this game, both at the free throw line. He's got 1 of 2 on both of his trips there. 64-41. Englert had a little hop before he got that dribble down.
Thought he got away with it, too.
He did. He may have as well if that other official turned his back and went running up the floor. Cooper Carr checks out. And in for the Bulldogs comes Nick Johnson for the first time this year. Number 5 there for the Bulldogs. Makes his first appearance, a sophomore. Jump ball is called here. I think this is the longest final 2 minutes in a 20-point game I've ever been a part of. Shepard fires away.
Not afraid to let it fly.
No doubt. Oh, that
geez.
was a travel there on Johnson.
Let's see double knee straps much anymore. He's rocking them. I like it. That used to be the look. Now everybody's going with the knee sleeves.
Aiden Michael gets the roll. Under a minute to go. Ryder Nye, sophomore. Played in a couple of games so far this year. Now gives it off to senior Englert. Freshman Schoenberger. Englert looking for some space. Instead has his pocket picked. And a foul will put Cody Rivers at the free throw line with 28 seconds to go. So the losing streak is going to come to an end to the Cyclones. They have had a very good basketball program over the last decade or so. And in fact,
saw that a little bit firsthand back in Goodland.
Yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah. Who would have thought that Goodland and Ottawa would have a connection? But
yep.
They had an NBA player then, so that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. But they've had a really good program, and Baldwin has felt the brunt of that as they have not beaten the Cyclones since 2009, February 21st, 2009. Last time Baldwin defeated Ottawa, and that 25-game losing streak coming to an end tonight.
I think you're probably going to see a lot of firsts like that this year from this Baldwin team.
Schoenberger
since.
Add another two for the freshman Leo Schoenberger. Ten seconds left. Perez can't get the floater. Englert with the board. And the Bulldogs win it by 23, 66-43. Your final. Baldwin 7-1 as they snap a 25-game losing streak dating back to 2009 over the Ottawa Cyclones. Back to wrap it all up for you with the Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game right after this.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Welcome back to Baldwin High School here. It is a final. The Bulldogs have won this game 66-43. Baldwin now 7-1 on the year as they bounce back from the loss on Friday to Eudora in a big way tonight. Trailed 12-4 out of the gates, and it kind of had a little bit of that deja vu feeling. Ottawa came out and knocked down a couple of threes and in that opening 4 minutes of the game, and Baldwin's down 8, and you're thinking, no, not this again. And then a timeout at the 2:35 mark of the first quarter. And from that point on, it was all Baldwin. They continued to get that deficit of 8 quickly down in the next 2 minutes. They had tied the game at 12. They were down 2 going into the second quarter. And then a 14-5 advantage in the second quarter for the Bulldogs. Put them up 18-16 at one point, and they never looked back as they win this one 66-43 tonight. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. There's a lot of ways we could go in this one. A lot of guys with a big impact in this result. But when we talked at the top of the broadcast, keys to this game, what was going to win this ball game for the Bulldogs, we talked about rebounding, and we talked about defending that Cyclone offense of they want to go inside out. You got to protect the post. Well, who did it better than this man right there? Sam Darnell, tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. 13 rebounds, 3 assists, just 3 points, but they didn't need his scoring tonight. They needed him to be big on the glass, and they needed him to be the guy that took away that main cog for Ottawa and Carter Mason out of the post. Mason just 4 points, 4 rebounds tonight. He got him into some foul trouble early. Sam Darnell was huge in this game tonight, and in our opinion, he is tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. The Player of the Game brought to you by your friends at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. And whether it's insurance or investments or wealth management or financial planning, they're there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting at 785-594-1055 with Farm Bureau Financial Services. We'll run down all the final numbers because there's a lot of guys who had a big part in this win tonight for the Bulldogs. We'll run down all those numbers when we come back here. The final numbers brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Welcome back here to Baldwin. It is a final 66-43. Baldwin with the victory over the Ottawa Cyclones tonight. The Bulldogs now 7-1 as we take a look at the final numbers. They are brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. When they go online to newfrontiertbs.com for timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. That's New Frontier Tax and Business Services. Find them at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. Big games across the board tonight for the Bulldogs. They end up with just 2 guys in double figures, but it felt like everybody because of just the impactful shots the guys were making tonight. Caleb Carr leads the way with a season-high 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists for Carr. He led the team in scoring and assists tonight. And then it was Talon Torres who made a big push for our player of the game honor tonight. 14 points, 4 3-pointers in this game for Torres. He had some big shots in this game for the Bulldogs, and he was the second leading scorer for them tonight. Joey Zembecki, another nice night from him off of the bench with 9 points and a couple of rebounds. He, too, just always seems to hit a big shot or two every night, and he had some big ones in that run that got the Bulldogs over the hump from being down to taking the lead in this game. So those are your 3 top scorers tonight for the Bulldogs. They also get 7 from Riker Grossner, 5 from Cooper Carr, 4 from Leo Schoenberger, and 3 from Sam Darnell, who led the squad with 13 rebounds tonight. In a night when they needed to pound the glass, Darnell led the way. Grossner added 5, Carr added 6. That's Caleb Carr added 6 as well. The Bulldogs dominated the free throw line, comparatively speaking, to Ottawa, 18-5. Baldwin outscored Ottawa at the free throw line tonight. And for the Cyclones, leading scorer in this game was Aiden McCullough. Nice game off the bench for him. 13 points to go along with 3 rebounds. The only guy in double figures. 8 from Caleb Hepner, 4 from Carter Mason, 6 from Carter Hepner, 2 from Austin Curtis, 4 for Caden Turner, 2 from Jonathan Van Staden, 2 from Javion Shepard, and 2 from Aiden Michael. But the 25-game losing streak is over. No more. The Bulldogs victorious over the Cyclones for the first time since 2009. They win it in pretty nice fashion tonight, 66-43. the final. Ryan, any final thoughts from you here? You weren't on the headset there when I was starting the post-game stuff, so I'll give you a chance to get some final thoughts here on a nice win tonight for both the Baldwin boys and girls.
Yeah, another nice sweep for both of them, but I thought for the boys, it was a nice response from that last game. We talked about it. They didn't play too poorly at Eudora, but kind of got smacked by a good Eudora team, and it's all about how you bounce back from one of those types of games, and they came out tonight and got hit in the mouth a little bit early, but the way they were able to respond after Donnie Blanchett called the timeout and dug into the team a little bit, they responded well and really felt comfortable after that. And so it's a good Tuesday night win going into a Friday night game here. Lewisburg coming back to town, second time you've seen them, so hopefully get another win and keep that momentum going upwards.
That's right. Friday night, Lewisburg comes to town. Baldwin on the girls' side losing their first matchup with Lewisburg 72-45. The boys with a 56-45 victory for Baldwin. So rematch coming up Friday night. Tip-off normal time, 6 o'clock for the girls. Boys to follow around 7:30 or so right here on Baldwin Sports Live, online varsitysportslive.com. He's Ryan Hilmer. I'm Bryce Kessler. Thanks for watching some Bulldog Hoops with us tonight. Baldwin basketball on Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors. We'll see you Friday night back here at home.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports